just create an item and then type it
All
out
right.
and then leave it. Don't do anything with it, and
Okay.
I'll add it. But that said, I'm
Um.
gonna log out, so I
All
guess
right,
Yeah.
maybe
Sure.
man.
this or something. I guess we'll do this Friday or something. All right, cool. Uh,
One.
your stream is
No.
paused. I bet. Let me
I'm
figure
not
this
typing
out.
description. That's cringe. We're just gonna leave that as is. Yeah. App
Okay,
duration.
so
Is background
Huh.
duration.
The
let's
So
screen
that
moved. Never mind.
I just need to get some things done correctly real quick. Or did I do this entire thing like this? Um, ah,
um
oh,
Mm.
oh, I can't
Quick
add the
question.
effects yet.
Would I be right to say that the cantrip firebolt is at will, right?
yeah.
And this the target is any line essentially.
What? Why would you ask?
No, because it's saying the spell itself is any creature or object
Oh, no,
within
see, don't.
range.
Yeah, unless you actually have a plan to, like, unless you know what you're doing and you're ready to do that, I would just leave that alone and I'll do it.
Oh,
Only
oh,
because, like I said, I don't want to. Like, if you start creating things on your own, it'll start creating compendiums for it without my knowledge. So there'll just be a ton of like things on like the server that I'll have to clean out. So unless like Alex was helping me do that, so I knew we wrapped up pretty much what we were doing inside the house. Um, Kester was dragged out of the basement while somewhat unconscious by Tilgrim, and the rest of you just got a chance to get around and like do what you wanted to do. So, with that being said, because that's how we ended the session, beginning now, with the current session starting, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that up. So we're going to wrap this scene up because we have a lot of stuff we can do. Okay. So, real quick, we're going to not worry about a health check per se until we need to. Yo, is it lagging for anyone now? I don't know what that means.
Oh, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. Yeah, yeah, sorry about that. I was just looking at the session chat. All right. So, yeah, your health is all over the place. So it has been. It's about. So it's currently about 8 a.m. Okay, yeah, we're fine there. All right. So as you exit the winery, you note Davian Mardukov and his son. You also know this family. The family was introduced in the Foundry page. Um, aside with or alongside Adrian, his oldest son that's with him, or second oldest son, his youngest son Elver is there, as well as his adult daughter Stefania, her husband Dag, and their three children Claudio, Vigo, and Martina. This is the full Mardukov family as at least the primary line. They kind of stand around you. They can see in the distance that the druids have gone off their land and are now headed south. You can see the younger want to chase after them and fight them, but the older adults are kind of shushing them and moving them aside. While looking at you, you could see Davion, or I'm going to say his name all messed up now because of my friend.
Davian, right?
It's Davian. Yeah, I have a friend named Davion, and
Oh.
when I yeah, sometimes like in my head it pops up, so it's Davian. He looks you over, and shakes his head. He looks over at Kester and shakes his head again. He can smell something on you as he kind of looks you all over. He has just a kind of old wooden staff that he uses to walk. He stomps into like the stone path and then just kind of brings your attention. All right. So tell me, what did you do? What have you done?
Um, when you say what have we done, are you talking about our sins? Because in that case, I pull out the bag of, well, the bottle of brown mold. I did take this. I was
Hmm.
gonna come out to ask if that was okay.
Scraping mold from our basements. Strange, traveler, but uh, depending on your answer to the next question, sure, certainly. How did you get the druids to go away, and what does the inside of my winery look like?
Well, you see, what we did was we went up there, talked to them, and they were searching for something. Uh,
Oh,
it it seems that when we got there, they finished their search, and it turned up with nothing, so they left.
hmm. And what were they searching for?
The secret of the Mardukov family. They lost their wild shape, and they wanted yours or something. I don't know.
You could see Davion or Davion, Jesus Christ, turn to his son and kind of squint his eyes a bit and then turn back. And what do you know of the secret? He clutches his cane, kind of, and just stares at the group.
Uh, Nothing at the moment.
Bunch of mad ramblings, if you ask me.
Hmm. And what were these ramblings of these mad men?
Something about taking the ability to shift into animals. Druids
Mm,
disconnected from their nature, things of that sort. Didn't believe a bit of it.
mm, of course, of course. Did you discover what they were doing outside of, you said they were looking for our, the source of our magic. Whatever. Uh, so, I suppose that's all well and good. You've certainly done us a service. He kind of says, looking over at you and then looking at the winery. You could see a crude smile forming on his face, just slightly, but it goes away pretty quickly. He shakes his head and walks past you to get back inside. Home. You could see you see Davian Davian? Davian, Jesus. You can see Davian walk into the front door and look around. Um he notes the barrel making room. He notes the table and the debris everywhere as he kind of slowly walks back out. And who destroyed my little workshop in there? Seems everything was thrown about.
Druid.
Seems somebody tried to clean up at least. You have your
Yeah,
manners, I imagine.
Yep.
we try.
Also, Bennett.
Also,
Also,
make it a point to give the keys back.
Okay, hold on. Guy, what'd you say?
about to Bennett. What about the drink you found inside the winery?
We'll
Cause
get back to that. What'd you say, Isaiah?
That I make it a point to give the keys back.
Okay, cool. All right. So Lucian gives the keys back to I'm gonna go with Adrian as he nods and thanks him. Did you find everything all right? Adrian says, kind of just bypassing his father a bit, as his father seems a bit kind of grizzled and just looking around. You could see him turn to Adrian and kind of yell out, "The paint's chipped on the door." Uh, you could see him go back inside and start inspecting more.
I'll talk to
Um,
Adrian. I'll talk to Adrian.
okay.
There were a few marked signs of damage when we got there, but nothing too.
That you found something, a drink.
yes, Bennett did, and he believed that they poured some type of poisonous liquid into your wineries.
I marked a I marked a basin with an X on the top. They poured Strahd root into it, enough to kill a man, and if it was sent off to Karesk, enough to kill about half the place.
Mm. Aye, that doesn't sound like druids though. Mm.
No, but couldn't be too
I'll
sure.
make note of it. I don't imagine druids would be poisoning people, but perhaps you're right.
I believe they
Them,
use it as a drug.
mm, them living just down the road does pose a problem. Anyway, let me go check on my father. Adrian leaves. You can see the rest of the family kind of thank you as they walk past, except specifically Steph Anya, the only adult woman with them. It's Davion's daughter or Davian's daughter. She kind of just looks at you and goes and walks past you, um, taking the children into the house. After a few moments, Davian kind of just comes out and nods. Well, friends, it seems everything you said is true, and they destroyed some of our things, but ah, service. That is not. It's not seen much in Barovia. You must not very much be from here, new. So, I'll extend a bit of a gift. I will trouble you in giving you three things. Mm. As he says this, he kind of thinks about it and then looks over at you. Real quick, I want to check some things. Sotero did put the supplies back, or no? You still have the tools in your possession.
I'll put the supplies back.
Okay, Bennett cleaned. You guys marked the part. Uh, yeah, okay. Um, so he kind of stands there and says, "Perhaps I can use some allies. Have you ever heard of the Keepers of the Feather?"
No, what is
Not too
that?
familiar
I'm
with
afraid not.
that.
He shakes his head and thinks to himself, "Hmm, oh, what was that? Did somebody get got?"
Oh, I think somebody left
Oh,
because it was
No.
just quiet. So I
he,
thought
he,
I was in connection.
You
like
said
scratched
leaders.
Cool.
Actually,
He kind of looks around and grumbles a bit. Ah, do I have to do all the teaching?
wait. Hold
I
on.
disconnected for a second there. What
Might I
happened?
have heard of this?
Guardians of the Feather. Isn't that the band of were-ravens that combat Strahd? Something like that?
He smiles at Bennett. Ah, a true Barovian, someone who knows the tales. He looks over at Tilgrim. Hmm, perhaps you should learn the tales. Jess, the keepers of the feather are, well, it's a Mardukov and Kretskov family secret, if you will. We are cousins, if you will.
Hmm.
We are were ravens by, well, nature, curse, if you will. Um, we've protected the land for ages against Strahd. When he came to this land to conquer it, we were some of the first in the resistance to stop him. But when he finally did and set down roots, we looked to bring about an end to his rule. Yet something happened. Strahd returned one day with power, unlike we've ever seen, and cursed the land where we lived, the Martikovs at least, turning us all into were Um, he kind of lifts his arm and reaches it out towards you. You can see he goes oost as the cloth on his arm kind of rolls itself back, like the kind of garb he's wearing. You can see his bare arm slowly start melting as feathers start forcing their way out of his skin. You can see his skin shatter and break around black feathers that just start getting thicker and thicker all over his arm. His hands slowly becoming three large claws as he kind of looks back at you. Hmm, a curse, but I think Strahd gave us a gift, personally. No
Hmm.
worries, though. We mean no harm. Like I said, we plot to end Strahd's reign over this land, King of Monsters. That said, I would like some allies, and perhaps you are the right people to trust. So, you said you came here for wine. There are three casks on a wagon ready to go. You can have them delivered to Kretsk immediately. I'll have Adrian and Dag bring it over, or you can go with them and protect it. There's also three more barrels in the basement. Um, you can have all six if you need, or you could just let me know where you want them. Outside of that, he looks over to the group and then looks back. Which one of you cleans my house, or at least try to clean my living quarters?
That would be the young man here, as I point to Bennett.
Just raise
Hmm.
my hand.
You could see his hand slowly form back or grow back to human. The feathers just falling off, revealing just the skin, slightly just with small abrasions on it. On his hand, as it shifts back, you can see on his ring finger there's a silver ring. He pulls the silver ring off and shows it to you. It has an insignia of a raven on it, and he says, "Hold out your hand."
I'll put out my hand.
He drops the ring into your hand. Mm. Whenever you raise this up to the sky, no matter the sky, mind you, we will know. Take it. It will come in handy if you need a little protection to watch over you.
Okay.
And then he
I'll
kind of leans into the group. Remember, the ravens are always watching. And he just turns around and walks back. Oh, I forgot. I said I'd give you three things: wine, the ring, Ah, if you ever need any help or any assistance, consider the Keepers of the Feather allies. You can come see me if you have any questions. Perhaps Adrian can assist you with something as well. Mm. Our home is yours, well, within reason. And with that, he kind
Of
of
course.
stands on the porch of his home and kind of sits there. So I'll leave the rest to Adrian. As he kind of sits down on a barrel, he kind of just looks out as the rain slowly starts to clear. What a morning. So, with that being said, you can find Adrian to the side of the house where the horses and stables and wagon are kind of loading things up. You are now free to do whatever you want. Um, if you want to leave, you just tell me you want to leave, and then you'll be walking back out to whichever area. Just again, think about with Davian said.
Oh, I'd like to ask Davian if he could spare us 50 ravens so we could pass the bridge troll safely.
Um, okay, you could just ask him in the future. So Davian turns to you and says, "You want money as well? Ah,
Only to pass the bridge troll.
well, did you pay him already?
Yes.
Oh, no worries, you're good. As long as you don't stay out too late."
All right then. That's
He
good to know.
shrugs. Yeah, he shrugs and says, think of it as necessary payments. I don't think that troll means harm. He certainly does keep that area well protected."
Hmm. So you are getting three gallons of wagons or six? I guess prefer as
You
a group.
see Davian kind of look over. Welcome to all six if you need. Might be a little too much for Kresk, though. I have a shipping manifest upstairs. That should go over what the next routes are for. I'll have Adrian take a look at it.
All right.
Mm. Question:
Would it be all right if we rested for say an hour?
He kind of looks at you all and shakes his head. I'm sorry. The children haven't rested in a while. I'm afraid we have no room for
I
you to
see.
rest.
I see.
If you have the supplies, you're free to camp on the grounds. It should be safe enough.
That'd do fine.
um, I suggest we get 3 barrels.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe it's best for us to head forward.
Looking at the, would I be able to judge what's about around what time it is, or anything about how long it'd be until dark?
So it's hard to tell because the sky is so overcast, but just basically based on the knowledge you have from starting point till now, it's still fair early morning. And you've only been out of Kretsk for maybe an hour and a half.
And it's still raining, correct?
The rain has let up. It's a small drizzle still, but it seems to be clearing.
I suggest we just rest on the grounds for about an hour, just to collect ourselves.
All right.
Is everybody good with that?
Is
Yes.
there a lip like where the rain doesn't hit?
I believe on the porch nearby that.
Yeah, there would be porch areas. If you are out on the actual land, there's no lip where there wouldn't be rain.
Oh, then
I was
Again,
just gonna be.
it is clearing, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you have tents, so the rain would not be a issue.
hmm.
I was just gonna basically relax on the porch to stay out of the rain.
Is that a
Mm.
that's a tree near yeah, I'll do this basically the same. And if there's no room, I'll just lean against a tree and have that as shield me from the rain.
Okay. So let's look at some things.
I was gonna help Davian with loading the card.
You can't help him. You're nauseous.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
That
Oh,
said, make a con check for me,
yeah.
and then the rest of you let me know who is using a hit die for your health, potion for your health, or casting magic for health.
Oh, also, I'll help Arian load like a fourth barrel.
So you are loading 4 barrels on. Adrian kind of looks over at the barrels and says, "Oh, this is quite the feast you're going to have. Huh, lovely.
I roll 15. No, 16.
Cool. So you managed to suppress your nausea once again. You feel a little better. This rest is really helping you. Do you have any food to eat currently? Yes, no?
No, because the troll. I think like
So no.
casted.
Okay. Okay, no
Yeah.
one has.
I
Yeah, I'm
I
don't
have
have
some
any.
rations. I have some of the rations.
okay. Does everybody have food or is there enough food for everyone to eat basically one meal?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Still got
Anyone
8
else?
bread on me.
Anyone else have food?
I
No,
got
but
8
I don't.
pieces of bread on me.
Okay, so
Oh yeah,
you have 8 pieces of bread. The bread has not passed a day, so it's still fine.
Could I go start foraging for food? Very,
I
very
mean,
wise.
seeing as my bread hasn't gone bad or anything, I'm just gonna as we're resting, just munch on some bread.
Did somebody make a list of food?
Yeah, like actually, yeah, let's do that. I tried doing that like a while ago, but then I didn't actually do it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna ask you for food checks going forward.
Everybody, send your food in the chat.
Yeah, I just need to know what you have because individually I'll count it down as eaten. And if you don't have food, you're starving. But you're not starving, you're literally just hungry.
I go look for in the
But
forest
hunger
nearby.
hunger becomes exhaustion, exhaustion becomes starvation.
It
So
becomes death and afterwards.
pretty much yeah.
Is there a forest nearby? Any bushes?
Everything is forest, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like
All right.
every single part of this campaign is a forest
All
nearby.
right. I'm look for any non-poisonous berries.
So you're walking into the forest alone to look for non-poisonous berries?
You're gonna fucking die.
I'm just
Um,
asking.
I
May
don't I advised against that, young Zelf.
is there enough to share?
I mean, 8 pieces of bread. There's only 7 of you, so each of you can eat a piece of bread.
Oh,
Um, Lucian has rations, so if we skip Lucian, you'll have 1 piece. You'll have 2 pieces of bread remaining.
okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'll just check that. So you have 8 pieces of bread. You have rations. Rations are 1 per person, if I'm not mistaken. So 1 per person. Yeah, you guys are fine. And
Okay.
then you have how many pieces of meat do you have? 8?
Oh,
Was it
Yeah,
the same amount? Okay. So
8
eight
of
pieces.
each.
Okay, cool. So you guys are fine. I'm gonna have you eat the rations. I'm usually just gonna choose what you eat unless you argue me down and want to eat something on your own. Then I'll just say
I
cool.
mean, I mean, I'm fine with the rations.
Yeah. So you're gonna all of you eat rations. That would be 1 supply for each. That means you have 8 bread and 8 meat left. Please note the meat and bread will not. Well, the bread won't spoil, but I'm gonna say spoiled. It doesn't mean spoil. It just means hard. They're gonna go hard in 16 hours.
All right.
Anyway,
If it goes
um,
hard, is it bad?
not a stale.
So
I
it's
mean,
just kind of
it's not good. It's hard to eat, but it's edible.
it's not gonna poison you or something.
Yeah, it won't kill you.
Yeah.
The meat will.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah,
the meat,
sick.
yeah.
Shouldn't we like eat the meat first then, since the rations don't spoil?
Again, that's
Oh,
completely up to you.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Let's eat the
hey,
meat.
These are things you're gonna have to think about though. Like this
Let's
is
yeah,
it's a flight check.
Oh,
let's
so yeah,
let's
since rations don't spoil, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat the meat instead.
All right, so we'll do 7 pieces of meat were consumed to save your rations. You have 1 piece of meat left.
So everybody ate a piece of meat.
so there's
Everybody ate a
eight,
piece of meat. All
Okay.
right.
so there's 18 pieces of bread left and
No,
one
there's
piece of meat.
yeah, 8. Okay. So health check. Kester's at 17, Jotun's at 11, Sotero's at 14. Exalt is what? Because I still have you at 8.
no. I'm full because I'm
Yeah,
25
what's
right now.
what's full? Okay, 25.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot. Yeah, I forgot because I just put you down to 8. Lucian is at 38. Tilgrim is at 9. Bennett is at 7. Does anybody want to use a hit die to regain health?
I'll
Nope.
do
No.
that.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead and roll. Don't use a potion yet.
okay.
Just let me do the hit die stuff. I'm going in order.
You said I
Because
was
so
at 9,
it's
right?
so 6, 7 is what? 13.
13.
Cool. You said what, Zion?
You said I was at 9 hit point. Hit points.
Yes, you're at 9 hit points of 10.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Carl, you are drinking a potion. Go ahead and do that for me.
All right, I'll do that now.
And unless somebody wrote something in chat, that's it. I'm going to go forward and move on.
I was gonna ask. Also, since it's a short rest. Oh, never mind.
On the top.
What do we got? Extra 10 health. What is that? Jotun roll 10. What is that? What's that roll for?
Let's do
I hit that.
HP.
That's your hit die?
Oh no, that's
No?
second win. Oh no,
It says hit die. 10. Says 21 health for you.
Regain.
9 from the drinking of the potion. Puts you at, what is that, 23? All right. So we're good then. Okay, Silent Hill, you gotta chill.
shit.
You really gotta stop.
What happened?
It's just like some scenes, some music is like planned for. Other scenes, it's just like stop it.
Not
Do
your time.
do 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 do. What is this? Yeah, bro. Let's do some peaceful traveling music, right? Right? Let's get some peaceful travel music. That's what we're about to do. There's nothing scary about to happen in this campaign. We're just gonna do some peaceful travel.
I hate. I hate. I hate. I hate.
I just found that hilarious.
No, I'm being serious. God damn it!
God, I hate it. I hate it.
I got you. This would be. It's easy peasy. All right. So
Ah,
Adrian,
Black
so
Dragon
Adrian
appears.
finishes loading the cart. To his knowledge, there's only 4 barrels leaving the vineyard, so they only loaded up 4 barrels. You could see Dag kind of strapping down and grabbing the horses to get ready to go. They have 2 horses. They're both draft horses, very strong, very big. Adrian notes that the return ride's probably only going to take about 20 minutes by wagon, so you're free to ride along if you want. If not, they're just gonna head to Kretsk, get some drinks, see an old friend, and then head back. As they
Oh,
note, the Kretsk Tavern's been pretty much a refuge for people for years, and they've always been welcome there. So they try to stop by as much as they can.
I suggest we ride along.
I'm gonna be.
I may as well.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, so everybody's good returning directly to Kretsk then.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
We have a promise to fulfill.
I didn't want the Burgermeister thinking this passed itself over.
Yeah, gotta be sure to meet again with the burglar master.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Burglar. Burglar.
He did that on purpose.
I mean, I've never heard that word before. Like for real.
I believe. It's not since the town.
Nani.
A lot of the names are just old European names. Like they don't really exist anymore.
Okay.
So maybe like a mayor or
I was just very confused.
I believe
Oh, no, no, I'm just switching scenes. It's easier to switch scenes this way.
This is studying music right here. I need to get this.
study music.
So, your return to Kretsk. It's taking about 20 minutes. You bypass the Raven River Crossing Bridge. You note specifically that Adrian speaks to the troll in his language, the troll's language. Notably enough, the troll just very kindly bows to you all and does note to you that you only have to pay him once a day. And if you can help him out any time, you may get a discount. With that, you continue on back to Kretsk. Back at the
That's nice.
gatehouse, you show up with the wagon in tow with Dag and Adrian on it. The burgomaster Dmitry Kretskov kind of meets you again at the top of the gatehouse. Looking down, he kind of waves to Adrian. He has a big smile on his face. It's probably the first time anyone around him has seen him smile in quite some time, as most of the guards are kind of stunned by it. He looks back down to you and calls out, "Ah, I was right to trust you, and I'm glad I did. Hello, friends. Welcome back."
Oh, Sir Dimitri, mission
Hello.
Be
accomplished.
back.
Brilliant.
He kind of
Get up.
looks to Sotero and then the rest of you, and then nods directly to Sotero. The White Sun was right, eh? He looks at Adrian and just calls down. And what is the delivery for today? Adrian looks back. It's well, been some issues, some problems. Uh, so we only have the purple grape mash number 3. The burgomaster nods. Fine, fine. With any problems you're having, I imagine the guards could assist you now that we've heard from you. With this, the burgomaster invites you into the city proper. So,
Ooh.
friends, he notes, kind of taking you into a side area into the gate. Hmm. To what can I do for you exactly?
Hmm.
He puts his hand on his chin and strokes his short beard a bit.
I would say supplies. You have any some?
I'd, I'd, would you be able to? Would there happen to be a blacksmith within this town?
He looks at you and sighs. Sadly, we have almost no need of that here. Most of the armor we have was crafted in Valaki. Um, we have the Shaper's Den, which is woodsmiths, but no blacksmiths.
Hmm.
I see.
So notably enough, as you look around once again, you realize that inside the fortress walls is a forest. As you step in, you see kind of stone pathing that leads in multiple directions, but everywhere around you are thick, tall trees, where whether there's housing or not. You realize that when the burgomaster originally told you that no one leaves the village, he wasn't kidding. That all the supplies come from within the village. You see vast farmland areas as well. Um, he kind of doesn't know what to do with you per se and looks you over. Hmm. Well, if you have no real needs, I suppose, I'll give you a tour of our wonderful little village.
Oh,
Ask.
Fine.
that'd be
That
wonderful.
that'd be fine.
Actually,
I was
is
gonna ask.
there
Oh,
a
go ahead.
tavern of sorts? We quite actually like a roof over our heads.
Hmm. I believe I can introduce you to someone who can fix that for you. He's been looking for some, I suppose, friends of sorts.
I would also like to know if there's anything we can do for you to better accustom ourselves to these lands.
Help you out with any shipping, supplies, gathering.
He kindly smiles at you as you immediately just hear in the background this massive just din of noise. You hear gong, gong, just this loud kind of bell in the distance. You feel immediately the entire village begin to slowly kind of move with the sound. It's not a normal bell at all. As you kind of look up to the north, you can see over a crested mountain about 700 feet up is just this massive towering kind of just fortress above an already pretty large fortress. Looking up, you could see Dimitri, the burgomaster, kind of look. Oh, this idiot! Gong! He's at it again. Ah, perhaps there is things that I may need your help with, but for now, as he's kind of reeling from the sound, you hear one more just as it just stops and the town kind of reverts back to normal. You can see in the distance people kind of came out of their houses and then they kind of slowly went back in. Other people were kind of littering the streets, walking to and fro as he walks deeper in.
May I ask what was
What
that
was
about?
that?
Hmm. Well, you see, that towering behemoth, that structure up there, that is the Abbey of Saint Markovia. And in lesser times, a once valiantly blessed place. Markovia herself was once here, and she blessed the waters of our village as well as helped us build that place, a hospital. It was a boon to us all. But years
What?
ago, before I was burgomaster, a being, if you will, came. He calls himself the abbot, took refuge up there,
Hmm.
started doing experiments in the name of gods. Said he,
What kind of?
well, there's mongrel folk running about at night, digging up the corpses in the city. You see, he kind of looks around. Each house in Kretsk has a graveyard behind it. We are, again, prisoners here. We don't leave the city, so we bury our dead behind us so we can walk forward. He points out his cottage before kind of pointing at other places. These creatures, they come at night, they steal the bodies, and they take them back up there to that place. The only
Is there a
person who's.
reason?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is there a reason for why it's stealing the bodies?
I couldn't tell you. The only person who's ventured up there since, well, years has been the Vistani woman, or the Vistana, who came earlier, before you actually, about maybe a day ago. She was talking over something about vampire hunters and looking for someone. Ran up there.
Oh, do you have to catch her name?
She wasn't around long enough to give it. That woman, she seemed not very trusting.
She was a blonde woman, correct?
Oh no, this one had raven hair, black as night. She bit of red actually. By order of the seal she carried, I had to let her in. I don't want Strahd getting the wrong ideas.
Hmm. Well, shall we carry on to the tour?
Indeed. With that, he goes on to I'm going to link up the screen, so we're gonna move to doo 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 doo.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Wow.
So this is Kretsk. Uh,
Gotta zoom on this.
let's talk Kresk, shall we? So we're gonna go through each part. You have the gatehouse here. You've already been there. If you want to go back, let me know. Kretskov Manor, the cottage, is the first stop on your grand tour, as the burgomaster says. This is where I live. This is my home. You can see from well, it's quieter than it used to be, but as he says that, he immediately actually let me do that, and then we'll get back to that. Yeah, he immediately kind of gives you pause. In front of you, you see the house much quieter than it should be. You can see around back just a bevy of trees. It looks fairly run down, even though there's nothing to really tell. It just seems washed and lifeless. From here, the burgomaster just kind of says, I, let me introduce you to my wife. She'll be glad to know that you managed to bring our spirits up a bit. With this, you walk around the cottage to the cemetery. Click, click. That's the cemetery. You note the large tree scarred with a small kind of mossy pond and different tombstones around it, as if it flooded. To the side, you can see a woman kind of with the whatever is left of the sun hitting her. As you kind of walk in, there are some strange kind of lights coming through, even though looking up at the sky, there's no sunlight. Um, there's no sun directly, at least. You can see through the rays coming through. This woman kind of just stands there quietly next to four graves. You could see each of the graves is kind of smaller, newer. The one she's standing in front of, you can see is freshly tilled. Whatever's buried there or whoever's buried there has not been buried for long. You could see her kind of from the side as Dimitri approaches her. She turns towards your direction. You can see her face. Boom. Right. I put her there. And where's Kretzky's?
That's
I'm
group
gonna put.
page one.
All right. So, incredibly younger than the burgomaster. She hugs him as she kind of looks past him to you. You can see her say something in his ear as he nods. They both turn and return together. Um, Faintly smiling, she introduces herself. Ah, I see we have you to thank for our merriment, at least. My name is oh, I was going to say Anna instead of Anna. My name is Anna Kretskov. Um, she kind of seems a little taken away. You can see looking into her eyes that there's something there, but it's kind of far-reaching, far off, if you will. Huh. She looks back and then looks to her. He's fine, by the way. As Dimitri kind of nods. I wish you wouldn't spend so much time out here. She says, and what else am I going to do? There's no alcohol, so there's problems opening the tipped mirror. I'll just go back there, I suppose. See what Fenrir wants. She looks at you again. It's a pleasure to meet you. As she kind of walks away. Oh, it's this fucking song again. As she just walks away, Dimitri kind of silenced, looks down at the fresh grave. You could see him say a little prayer before just returning back to you.
I'll take my
May
I'll
we
take my
ask?
I'll take my hat off and tilt down in prayer a bit too.
He looks over the Lucian and nods, and looks over to Tilgrim. Those graves, those four, they're our children. The freshest one, Ilya, our oldest son, who's 14. He succumbed to illness. Sadly, while my wife is far younger than me, and I'm blessed to have her, I'm far too old to bear any more children, and respectively, she sees no reason to. He kind of turns back to the four graves. Our children were our reason for fighting so hard, and now it's just very gray.
Stock is lost.
Turning back to you all, he says, but let us continue our tour. There's much to see. Did anybody want to do anything in this area?
I just like to utter a small prayer before we leave.
Leo. All right. Pop.
Before we,
This land reeks of too many bodies.
uh, before we leave, I'm just going to say to what's the name? Though it may look dark, there is always something to look forward to.
You say that's a Dimitri?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and half smiles. So young. I too remember a day where I can say such pleasantries with a straight face. Come. So, as you exit, he kind of looks at the pathways. So, northeast, or I'm sorry, northwest, or just west. He
Not too
composes himself.
I'd say just west.
Mm. So head at west, you head along a pretty long trail. You see houses, just people standing in front, some people doing chores, other people just going along fixing their trees. You can see everybody has a small garden in front or around their area as well. Most of them are growing food. You can see a few pens for livestock as well. You can hear chickens and pigs kind of squawking and moving about as people kind of clear out of your way. You see a lot of just eyes on you as Dimitri just kind of waves them off and says, "Ah, hello, Kretskites. Hello, citizens. These are the men and women responsible for bringing us some livelihood back." You can hear a few different villagers asking what that means specifically as he says, "Ah, no worries. The tipped mare tonight. That is all you need to know." As they kind of all seem a little more exuberant. They still kind of stare at you off put. Tilgrim especially is kind of forcing them to stand back a minute as Kester and Bennett's mass also kind of make them fear a bit. The
Um,
rest of you don't really seem to give off any impressions that are bothersome. Notably enough, well, I'm sorry. Uh, Jotun is also quite alien to them, so they're very taken aback. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I move on and just rub my looking down and rubbing my right arm anxiously and
So
not
as you,
sure
okay,
if
I
something.
got you.
Oh,
So
sorry.
no, 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 you're good. So as you pass a few more houses, you head west and slowly get up the path. He notes in front of a he notes in front of a bit of a storefront. You can see it says outside on the front, Millgrove's General Store. As he notes it to you, if you need supplies or anything of that sort, you're going to want to see good old Milligrave. Uh, he's um, he's a special member of our town. He's been here for years. Saved one of my children about a decade back. Um, Only Dragonborn we have in all of Kresk, actually. Um, you're welcome to go in and say hi. As Dimitri kind of puts his hand on the door and looks back at the party.
Why, certainly. And
I
I'll just
thought
walk on.
I thought the people of Barovia were more cold to things that don't look very human.
That they are. Eh, we like to think here in Kresk, being so west from Ravenloft, that honestly, you're a citizen as long as you prove your worth. And my child would have died 10 years ago if it wasn't for him. So I could give a shit about what he looks like, to be honest with you. You get a sense of Dimitri's personality and his kind of aura. You kind of also get a sense from that statement of what Kretsk is to Barovia and why there is a massive 20-foot wall around the entirety of the city.
Of course, a statement never spoken truer.
Badoop, 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 badoop. Inside Milligrave's shop, you note that it seems much more like a magic or arcana shop than a general store. You can see a older dragonborn cloaked in purple just sitting back and smoking his pipe as he sees the door open. Mm, ah, hello, Dimitri. A pleasure. Uh, Milligrove. A pleasure. I was going to introduce you to some of the new denizens of Kresk. They have helped us bring a little libation back. Milligrave kind of doesn't move an inch. He kind of just blows a little smoke out of his nose or his snout. Hmm, I see. Well, anybody who can fix your problems is a friend of mine. Uh, Good evening or good day. You note that he has to kind of fix himself as you look to one window and there's daylight kind of pouring in, but another has a midnight sky. He looks at the midnight sky in the window as well and looks back. Sorry, old habits. It's my favorite time of day. That twilight, the stars bleeding in through the window. Old trick illusion, if you will. So, what
Uh,
can I do you for?
I pull out my bag and show him the cloak. Could you do you know what this is?
Ah, a little identification, eh? I can
Indeed.
help you with that. I learned the spell a while back. Mm, Usually I charge, but this is a special day. That one will be free. If you ever need help identifying anything, and you don't have the spell yourself, I'm your man. However, I could probably teach you the spell for the right coin. Gotta eat, you know. With that, he looks over the cloak. Hmm. Can I have it?
Uh, hmm. Is it anything special, the cloak?
He's literally asking if he can hold it.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes. I thought I get them already.
Oh, you just said you took it out. I didn't know you gave it to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, I did get them. Like, I take my bag and get and show them, put in the sense.
It's all good. Hmm. You can see him move his hand over it as he looks back at you. This is a good find you have. Yes, yes. You could see him close his eyes as he kind of, with one finger, just starts etching marks into the cloak. You can see just white lines of ethereal, just light flow through as it kind of dissipates. Hmm. This cloak is of protection.
Oh.
He hands it back to you. He notes, you're going to need to attune to it, of course.
Hmm.
Uh, Notably enough, let me just give you the.
Oh. Why does I looked for Lucian? Lucian, do you still have the ring on you?
I was just thinking the same thing. I was gonna ask him if he could figure out how to control this.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot my little image thingy. Anyway, here you could grab this from anywhere though.
No, I was gonna post it for you.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Um,
And I'll
uh,
show Milgrove the ring of polymorph. Would you happen to know how to control this?
Um, can you have it? I'm just gonna
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have it.
I'll give it to him.
All right. So he looks at the ring. He immediately can feel something, and he just goes, ah. I hope none of you put this on.
So
Uh,
like phosphor.
I'll look over to Zelth, kind of in that kind of face.
um, he kind of like twists it a bit. You can see kind of an aura coming off of it. Ring of Polymorph. He flicks it a bit. Goat variety. I don't know why they always use goats. Anyway, he kind of tosses it your way. Just don't put it on. That's probably useful if you want to, control a bit of a situation or throw a thief off of something.
Ah, all right.
Anyone who puts that on won't have much of a choice but to transform. As far as disenchanting it or disabling it, if you have a dispel magic and you cast it on the ring, it will get rid of it completely.
Could
Ugh.
you like could you ever
Actually,
are you able to modify it? Or like it's stuck as a goal transformation wise?
He kind of shrugs. I'm not much of an enchanter myself. Whoever
Hmm.
put that on is well versed.
I
I'm
see.
sure you can find someone else. So my best bet, or your best bet, is probably the big city,
Hmm.
Valaki. They probably have someone there. If not there, perhaps Barovia proper.
I'll ask. Pardon me, but do you have any items for sale?
He looks down to Sotero and smiles. That I do. Hold on, let me get you out a list. It might be a little out of date though, so you'll have to bargain a bit.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Um. Okay.
Is
Looking
there a
at
random
him.
brush?
Oh.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Looking at him. What is his scale color?
So he is a bronze scale.
Okay.
I thought it was brass. I thought it was brass.
It's bronze or brass actually. Is it bronze or brass? I'm pretty sure it's bronze though.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Oh, the best way we use fire actually.
Do I see anything looking around? Like any books?
Yeah, bronze lightning.
Huh. Nice shoes, like,
Would you be willing to buy things off of us?
Hmm. This town is pretty small, so that depends on its usefulness to others.
Ah, I see. It's merely, and I take out the three of the golden rings. Merely these.
No, I'd keep those. Perhaps you can find somebody else in a bigger place to buy them, or just enchant them. But I have
Ah,
no use for rings.
do you receive for a tongue?
I see, and I'll put them away.
He kind of
Regarding
rubs his chin a bit. You could see you've piqued his interest a bit as he looks over at Exalt. Hung, go on.
Yes. I pull out the coffin. I open it,
Oh,
show him the direwolf's tongue. I found this.
hmm.
Do you have any use for it? For a spell or
He looks it over and then looks
potions?
back at you. What kind of tongue is it exactly?
Direwolves.
He nods. Hmm, I would have some use for that. How much?
Oh, since you helped me out, I'll do it for free. Since you helped me out.
He kind of nods his head. No, that's not how it works here in Kretsk. I wouldn't be
Oh.
a proper Kretzkite without an equal gift of
Hmm.
receival. He kind of notes that as Dimitri kind of nods and looks over at Exalt. Yes, you see, he won't accept anything for free. None of us will. You will
Oh.
get payment. Just be fair about it. Milligrove nods and says, yes, again. What do you want for it?
I will say 50 ravens. Does that fine with you?
He smiles. That is, I see. He goes in a chest and pulls out a few ravens, putting them into a small bag and just sealing it. He puts the bag out in front of him. Here, there's 75.
Oh.
He drops it
Oh.
in your hand and he nods at you. With a kind of a wax paper he has under his counter, he takes the tongue and kind of wraps it and puts it behind the counter. A pleasure.
Indeed.
um, regarding your inventory, the bag of holding, could I reserve that?
He laughs. Reserve. The thing has been here for ages.
Yeah,
No need. I don't imagine anyone in Kretsk has any need for a bag of holding. I'll hold it for you if you'd like, but
very much
other
so.
than the other than the Vistana woman, I don't think anybody really will be needing anything from here.
Yeah, I just would really like that bag of holding. You see, I'm not really able to carry a lot of loads, so I think it'd be useful.
No need to tell
Um,
me, friend. I understand. I'm a wizard. He pats himself on the shoulder. And the rest of you, he looks over to Jotun and the lot.
I don't really have
um,
anything aside from this.
Yeah.
Just pull out the stick that had the toad on it.
As a matter of fact, I'll take the clothes you got.
You're looking at the
Yeah.
common clothing.
Yeah, the common clothes.
Okay. Milligrove looks back at you. Hmm. Comes with a nice dress blouse and some slacks. Even throw in some boots for. He kind of looks you up and down. Hmm. Don't know about the shirt on those arms though. Might have to take it out a bit. Hmm. Hold on a sec. Let me see what I have. He kind of stumbles around under his little counter, pulling out a larger shirt. Ah, one of my old shirts. I'll sell it with you. Sell it to you for the pair. 20 ravens.
You got it. And I just give him the money.
He folds in again a kind of a wax paper sheet the clothing together neatly. He puts the boots on top and just kind of passes it over to you. Ah, there you go, sir. Your arms are particular. What exactly are they? Are
Well,
they? He kind of looks them over. I'm sorry. Are they armor?
I don't know exactly what material they're made of.
You don't know what they're made of?
He kind of shrugs alongside Lucian. Strange. How do you have arms that you don't? He gets quiet. Pardon me. I'm old habit.
Request them per se. They were given to me by this strange girl who just wouldn't shut up about random topics that I just didn't understand.
Hmm. Stranger things have happened.
Uh,
Well,
Lu-
go
I was
on.
under the assumption that they were armor.
Milligrove kind of piques
They're
his
made of
interest
some kind of
again.
metal.
But are they your arms or are they on your arms?
Yes, yes.
They are my arms. I don't have anything on under that.
No, I'm sorry, I said Lucian. Huh? Milligrove kind of looks back in shock and then laughs a bit. I've never seen that before. Well, he
Hmm.
kind of looks back and around. Anyone else?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, it
I'll
goes,
pull
said
out
Joe.
my. Oh, my bad.
You go first.
Okay, thank you. I'll pull out my ivory hairbrush and say, "What do you say of this? You seem to
Oh,
have a good eye."
I imagine that would be quite a pretty penny. I'll take that off your hands. I'm sure one of the ladies would kill for a hairbrush of that quality. Hmm. Say 100 gold towards your bag of holding.
Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Uh, so he goes again and puts together 100 ravens, tying a bag up and giving it to you. Exchanging that, he takes the hairbrush and again goes to look it over. Not even a hair in it. Pristine. Very much thanks. Very much. You could see him put it under as he smokes a bit of his pipe again. Hmm. Oh, it's been a pleasure seeing you all. It's getting late though. You note him pointing at the illusionary window. Did anybody have anything else? I feel I might
Yes.
turn in for a bit of a nap.
For your 2 flasks, I'll take some of that as I hand him 10 ravens.
Mm. He hands you over the two flasks and looks at the I said flasks weirdly, and looks at the I said it again weirdly, and looks at the kind of the little area that he's holding them on. These are my last two. Better go see the shapers. He turns around and hands them to you, accepting the money. There you are. Make good use of them and be careful with them. They're fairly easily broken.
Mm, I see. Thank you very much. I'll drop 10 ravens' hands and head back to the group.
Okay. Does anybody else want to make anything? I'm gonna move this along.
I think
I'll,
that's it. We're good.
I'll just
The
bid him farewell.
the
Okay.
stick with
So
the
Dimitri kind of waves and says, "Ah, come." Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the stick with the toad on it that I got from
Oh,
the
yeah.
Okay. So the stick with the toad on it. Did you take the toad off, or is it still the exact same condition it was in?
still in
Like,
the
did you do
exact same
anything with it?
no.
Okay. So pulling that out, Milligrove looks at it and says, "I have no use for darkness here. Where'd you get that?"
From a forsaken place not too far from here. I was trying to figure out what it does exactly. Had some
"Hmm,
kind of aura on it.
Yes, used in cult rituals. The stick has been prayed to, part of the Gothias tree.
See
I'm gonna
it
say that.
visibly
I'm gonna say that like
away from
13
that.
different ways.
See, it's true.
It's not big enough to cause too many issues, but that frog certainly was alive when they were stabbing him with it. Usually, what happens is that stick can corrupt animal life. Somebody wanted to summon something monstrous, and well, they needed a way to entice the monster out. That's one way to do it. Whatever you were dealing with was a nasty place, I'm sure. He looks it over. You could probably get rid of it. I don't know anyone who would. Hmm. He stopped short. Actually, you may find those of the. He kind of leans in. The occult might find it useful. Perhaps you could find somebody to buy it from you. I don't imagine you'll find any occultists here, though. He looks over at Dimitri, who nods. No, I know my citizens quite well. Hmm. I'm not so sure about that abbey, though. As Milligrave says, the ringing came back. That idiot. Anyway, he looks back at Bennett. Either
Oh,
hold on to it if you want to dabble in the dark arts, or find a hole to throw it in.
I'll try to find a hole far from the city, and I'll just like mutter in Draconic. Oh, another one. As I just slide it into my bag.
With that, Dimitri says, "Well then, friends, let's continue. There's a few more spots, and then you can turn in." Hmm.
I'm gonna pet the cat on the way out.
Okay. Okay. So as Lucian pets the cat, you can hear a very audible as it kind of just lowers its ears and enjoys itself a bit. Back outside. Oh, actually, I could leave this on now. I keep forgetting I could leave everything on. No, you're supposed to have the full thingy thing, bro. Back outside. You head up to the north, passing more houses, and coming to a very strange building, almost made entirely out of wood. You can see a group of people working and hauling. You just see massive amounts of lumber laying about, and then in front, as you approach, you could see a very small, compact dwarf just standing there, full armor with tribal markings. Dimitri kind of stops 5 feet in front. Ah, allow me to uh, introduce you to our greatest establishments here in Kretsk, the Shaper's Den. As you look on, and I'm going to click buttons, bang bang, yeah, there we go. As you look on, you see kind of a smaller workshop in front. Notably enough, again, it's just people working on wood and whatnot. Uh, there's a small dwarf kind of just standing there, holding an axe and hammer, just staring directly at you. Dimitri kind of looks and kind of motions for you to come closer to him. He kind of leans in a bit. That's Migo. Migo is a dwarf from a tribe that was massacred. Werewolves in the north. Migo is the last of her kind. Found her when she was maybe a teenager. She's worked for us ever since. Be kind to Migo. She's still adapting to this way of life. You could see as he turns back, he walks up to the small dwarf and smiles. Ah, Migo, this is a group of travelers who will be staying with us a while. I am giving them access to anything you can help them with. You can see the small dwarf kind of look up at Dimitri, kind of stone faced, and look down at you, and then look back at Dimitri. Migo's fine with that. Then she kind of looks over to you. What you want?
Um,
Any
well,
let's see.
mhm.
Got any wares, weapons?
You can see her shrug her head as another lumberer comes over. Oh, sorry about that. He kneels down and in Dwarvish speaks to Migo and then gets back up. Migo looks at him and then Dimitri, and then you. We sell things, yes. Make things. Big trees come down. We carve. Good stuff.
Nice. I need a wagon.
She looks at
Can
Kester, kind of confused. Wagon. We can build. You have money.
of course, of course. How much would such an undertaking cost?
Hmm. She puts her hand up to her chin and looks at Dimitri. They friends? Dimitri nods. Thousand ravens.
Ooh, nice. All right. Uh, hmm. Okay. Well, all right. I'll keep that on my sticky note, and when I have that, I'll definitely come back to you.
Nods and looks back at the group. Hmm. List. She takes a piece of parchment and hands it over to the group. List. We make things too. We offer. You friends, we make. You're no friends, we stab.
Solid policy.
Dimitri kind of nods. Yes, Migo is well stuck in her old ways, but you'll find no truer or more honest person in all of Kretsk. Migo kind of smiles and just nods. Migo tell truth.
Oh, a dice set.
Migo nods. Fine crafted, wooden. We no use
What
bone
the?
here.
Ah,
Um, I'll look over to him and ask, who crafted the Star of Galore?
You're going to look over and ask who that question.
Um, Migo.
Cool. Migo's a girl, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
cool. Wait,
also
what?
trying to think.
Really?
Yeah, Migo's a female.
Oh, that's cool.
Female dwarf. That said, okay. Migo just looks at you and shrugs. What mean? And she looks up at Dimitri. Dimitri kind of shrugs as well. What do you mean? Who crafted the Star of Pelor?
No, as in like, who was the woods maker? It's in I like the design.
Cool. What are you talking about, Carl?
The inventory, the shop list.
Oh, okay. I see what you
I think
mean.
there's a Star of Galore and it says
I
wood.
thought,
So I'm
yeah,
guessing.
I thought you meant yours.
No, no. My bad.
that would have been awkward.
So she kind of looks it over and looks back. Hmm. Migo make.
Oh, you're very
Migo make
talented.
everything.
Respect that. Um, says two out of I don't know if this is out of character. 2 out of 2. What does it mean? 2 out of 2. I'll tell
A
it to.
limited amount.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
limited
okay.
stock. So
Oh, okay.
once you buy it, it won't be in stock again until a certain point. They have to
Damn it.
make more. The
Okay.
others they make daily.
All right.
Business.
I'll
So
hand.
if it just says one, it's not a limited stock. If it has a slash and then another number, it's a limited stock.
Okay. I'll go in my inventory and pull out um my hand bow and put it towards Miko and say, "How much would you take for this?"
Hmm. Citizens of Kratz definitely need weapons. Hmm. Well, we sell, we make. Hmm. Could use another. Looks kind of used. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Oh, actually, no, it's not used. I've only used my light crossbow as I pull out that.
I see, I see. He kind of she looks over it. Hmm. 30 ravens.
30 ravens. You got yourself a deal. And I'll just hand it over and say, "There's 20 bolts in it." And I'll give her the quiver. I think it's a quiver. Yeah, I'll give her the quiver. 20 bolts.
Wait, you're not gonna keep the bolts?
I'll take off
Oh,
your hand. I'll take off your hands.
oh, okay. Actually, yeah, it makes sense to keep the bolts. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll just keep the bolts. I'll give her the crossbow for 30 ravens.
Okay. Oh no, that should have been above. So this is so you are taking.
Hand crossbow.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
How much was it? I got disconnected.
So that's a resell.
How much was it resold for?
Oh no, I'm just giving away my hand crossbow because I really don't need it.
Oh, it's a
Wait,
half. So he sold it
oh,
for 30. It's sold for 60.
how about the I should we go and speak some of others. That's
I
for
don't know. Sorry, you cut out. What?
I pull out my bag, pull out the coffin that was once hold the direwolf tongue, and show her, you know, show it to her and speak to her percentages for.
You could see her kind of become very tight, very pensive as she looks at the small coffin. Dimitri looks down at it and immediately turns to you and grabs it, putting it directly into his chest. Please put that away. He kind of peers in. She is the last of her kind, and well, I imagine a baby dwarf would fit very nicely in that.
Oh, I apologize for that.
He kind of says a bit under his breath, but Migo can clearly hear him. As you can see, she's very pensive, but she doesn't seem to say anything and says, "No worries." She looks down at the ground and kind of back up. Anyone else? Yes, you receive 30 ravens.
Cool.
That's it from everybody.
I'll
So
ask her.
20 crossbow bolts cost 60 ravens.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so if I sell it, I can get 30 ravens as well. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep it. I'll look over to her and ask.
Hey, I could use some.
Okay, yeah, I'll share some with you. Um, I'll look over to Migo and ask, "Do you speak Dwarvish?"
Migo responds to you in Dwarvish. Do you
Oh,
speak Dwarvish, by the way?
yeah, I do. I speak Dwarvish, Celestial, and Common.
Oh, cool. So yeah, she responds to you as an affirmative in Dwarvish.
How would I respond back in Dwarvish?
You could just send me a message. Actually, it's a chat. Who knows Dwarvish?
Me.
I last time played as a Dwarvish character.
Just
Didn't ask that. Just asked who knows Dwarvish.
yeah, I know Dwarvish. Wow.
So
Well,
3 of you know Dwarvish.
Indeed.
Yep.
I know a couple of. I
Great.
know.
I'm just gonna deafen everybody else then. Cool. Uh,
Dang, why was I first?
my bad. Oh, I'm just going up the list from the bottom.
I don't think he
ABC
can
order.
hear you. He's deaf. All right. So, yeah, conversations are being held for our characters not to understand. For those who are unaware, this is usually how we do conversations that can't be understood. So let's say, for instance, my character knows Draconic. If I was speaking to a dragon and no one else in the group actually spoke Draconic, he would deafen everybody else. So it's almost the same as you not understanding a language. You wouldn't know what's being said. Or at least that's normally the way to do it, yeah. So you may sit here for a little bit. I don't think it'll draw on for too long though. So far, to sum up this session, we have gotten the transfer of wine back into the city, so it seems like everything's going well so far. So, yeah. Nothing chaotic has happened yet. I mean, thank God. Things happen to get out of hand very quickly when this group gets chaotic. I can tell you that much. More player view, so I'm not sure how much I could really do with that. So it'd be a good while. My door wasn't even fully closed. That sucks. I will be right back because I closed this godforsaken door. So, let me now just working on a drawing with my character. Honestly, probably not the
You can see that Migo is
Oh,
somewhat
we're
happy
back.
to have had the conversation in her native language. Doesn't seem very often that she gets to. Anyway, with that, I'm assuming everybody's done, so we're going to move on.
Yep.
Cool. So the Burgermaster takes you and moves more north with you. As you start going to the north, you come upon a kind of a shrine set next to a large. I wouldn't call it a lake. I'd say it's more of a pond or a pool, but it's big enough to be taking up quite a lot of space to the north. Um, Set out front of it, you can see a kind of wilted gazebo. You can see a figure standing there with his arms stretched out as if he wants kind of a warm embrace of sorts. Boom, yeah. As you approach the water fully, beyond the gazebo, you note that the burgomaster kind of looks at you and says, "Hmm, this is a strange trick." As you walk further north and get to the edge of the pool, everything around you turns absolutely pitch black as if night had come in, and you can see a fog kind of come off the water and stretch behind you. As you turn away back to the village, it's night. As you look up, the clouds are thick, and the moon can be seen coming through one of them, shining a light down directly on the water. You know for a fact that seconds ago it was just daylight, but standing in front of this pool, it is in fact night. You could see swans playing in the moonlight. You can see the water glistening, shining, bubbling. Dimitri kind of nods and looks over at you. "Hmm. We call this the shrine of the white sun. This here is where we come to worship Pelor, or the morning lord." He turns around to show you the gazebo. You can see a statue made of wood, painted white, of the Morning Lord with his arms reached out, embraced the blessing. Peaceful, serene place.
Huh.
Enough. It's always nightfall. I hear it's haunted, but those are just children. With that, he notices, he kind of bends down in front of the pool and kind of lats the water in. He looks up at you and says, "Drink from this pool. The first time you do, you'll be blessed. These waters were blessed by Saint Markovia herself. They're uncorruptible. The spring itself comes from underneath the abbey. Legend says that Saint Markovia used this water and blessed it to the point where absolutely all of it is holy water, just in case she had to defeat Strahd, Brett's ground."
An entire lake of
Oh,
holy water. That is impressive.
Indeed.
So,
that is impressive.
is there any marine life residing in the pond or lake?
No life in the pond other than like the swans and whatnot, who just kind of
Okay.
looking. If there's no like
Okay.
fish or anything, that's where.
All right. Oh, also, I don't know if it's just me, but your mic is kind of.
Yeah, it's like I can't hear you
Yeah, cool.
properly.
It's not just me. Yeah, yeah. You're coming in and out.
Am I?
Yeah, like
Oh, now
some
you're
You
things I
not.
can't.
sounded extremely
But you
muffled
were.
Yes, yes,
earlier.
absolutely. You're static
Am I?
again.
Am I? Am I good now? It's not
Yeah.
me. It's
You're
something
good.
else's mic. Like whenever somebody says something, it'll start my mic too. It's really annoying. I don't know what it is, but I'll just keep muted
Oh,
when I'm not talking.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. So from the pool, oh, hold on. Let me make a. I need a perception check. Yeah, that's exactly who I thought it would be. All right, cool. Give me one sec. At this point, you're kind of just looking out on the pond as Dimitri kind of just like just takes it all in.
splendid.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something. I'm wondering if this will actually work. Give me one sec.
Oh,
okay.
Phone.
A holy
Oh.
water lake.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, it did actually. I
It did
saw it.
poop me out. I don't think that's poop me out.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that might actually be faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
started
okay, okay.
working and stopped.
Wait, what happened?
Just join the call.
Oh,
Wait, what call? I'm confused. What's happening?
Log out the chat.
Oh, log out. Okay.
wait, what?
Many questions are made.
Wait, say it again.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Confused as hell.
What call are we logging on to?
No, set chat.
Chit chat.
The one you're on right now.
Uh,
Oh, okay. I logged into this one then.
Hmm.
huh. Well then.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, I feel like I should have asked the Dragonborn about the spell book.
I
Yeah,
thought I
sure,
should
man.
brought
Like
some dice. Actually, didn't I
adventure
just
bags.
find?
Adventure bags.
Yeah, boy. Damn,
Oh,
that's actually that's not bad.
Is it
Yeah.
working?
sweet.
All right. So with this, the burgomaster kind of gets up and smiles, and looks at you. He looks over at Exalt. Hmm. You bought those flasks. I would
Yeah.
take some of the water in one of them. Go ahead and give it a sip.
I was planning to, but I thought it would be rude enough to like swig some out. But I
No,
will.
it's fine. You have my blessing.
Yeah, thank you. As I take out both flask and fill them up, then take the other one and drink it.
So, in drinking this water, you immediately feel embraced. You are kind of engulfed in a lesser restoration spell.
Hmm.
You don't need it because you're full health, but you feel completely refreshed. This completely ends your nausea as
Huh?
you are in the best health of your life.
Hmm.
Oh, you
I'll,
look healthier.
I'll make a note. I'll make a
I'll
note
look
of that.
over to Demetrius and ask, "Do you have a brother?"
Dimitri kind of looks back to you. A brother? No, I'm afraid not. Why do you ask?
I don't know if I'm hallucinating from the journeys or if it was vivid. Someone, a man, a figure almost. He told me to tell his brother that he said hi. I didn't catch
Mm.
his name.
You could see the burgomaster shake his head. Like I said, this pond is supposed to be haunted. He kind of
Oh,
puts his hands up, making like a spooky thing, and kind of laughs. Ha! Oh, I like you all. This is the most I've had enjoyment in months.
Oh,
Good to know that we
So
helped your
to this point,
spirits.
he smiles kindly. Yes. So that's the Morning Lord's pool. Mm, yeah, I guess. All right, cool. Uh, so, as he kind of looks you over, now I'm sure you've had a long day. Let's. Oh, by the way, that took like 2 hours.
oh,
Yeah, it was like a
oh,
two
shit.
hour. Yeah, that was like a 2 hour thing that just happened. As this happens, it's like mid-afternoon, man. You guys are actually making great time. So as this goes on, the burgomaster kind of looks at you. I'm sure you've you know, had enough of me showing you around by the nose. I'll let you stretch your legs. Come, we'll go to the last place, the Tipping Mare. That's where you can find some food and laughter and room and board.
Splendid. It's about time. We finally got a rest. Ugh, been at it for a while.
You said tipping L, correct?
No, the Tipping Mirror. I'll get you that in a
Oh,
second.
mare.
Mare.
Mirror, Mare, mirror. Like a
Oh, the horse. The horse. Okay.
yeah, I was gonna go on the line and say, I never know. Like sometimes I'm always like, do you guys know what things are? And I'm like, well,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
adults. I'm sure they do, right? You guys are. I don't know. And then
I
sometimes
know
I don't know
many
where
of
things
them.
are. So it's all yeah, it's all together. All right. So as you guys head back, you start heading to the south. Actually, this should be right. Hold on a sec. I got something that's annoying me. Sorry, I'm weird like that. This thing right here. This should be right here. And then the map should. Oh, god damn it. And then this should be moved right here.
The OCD is acting up right now.
Here you go. Always, like 100% of the time when I'm doing anything. All right, cool. So as you head back to the south, you kind of go along, passing more houses. You head towards a different southern location, back towards the east. You come upon a very large establishment. It is obviously a tavern from the looks of it. Um, you note that as you walk away from the pool, the lights around you start to go back to day as the clouds and the fog kind of move back. It's almost kind of uncanny because it's not instant. Like you can't just turn around and walk back, but it's kind of like a weird fading, almost as if there's an aura kind of surrounding you and then peeling itself away. Heading back, you know the sign for the tipped mirror, and you immediately you immediately kind of arrive with the burgomaster. Uh, Mind the night sky thing. That's just the picture. That's all I got. As Dimitri kind of moves on, you can see a man sitting to the side on a stool in front of the establishment. He seems to be looking down, reading something, a small book in his hand. He notes you guys approaching as he kind of looks up, and you could see him smile, but it doesn't seem much of a smile. It just kind of seems stern, but it's a smile. You see Dimitri kind of smile widely as you also note Adrian and Dag next to the gentleman just moving some barrels around. The gentleman kind of looks to his left at Dag and Adrian. Ah, thanks. I guess I'll take it from here. I'm sure Anna will be by later to help me with this. He looks back. Ah, Dimitri, how are you? Looking directly from Dimitri to your group, he smiles again sternly and says, "Oh, it's all you again. I hope you've been well." Ow.
Wait, that was towards our group, correct?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was towards you.
I'm gonna say, wait, me or the group?
He shakes his head. Hmm. I suppose proper introductions are in order. Uh, Dimitri. Dimitri looks back at you. Yes, yes, of course, of course. You all. He kind of points his hand out. Allow me to introduce the king of Kretsk, if you will, the man single-handedly responsible for keeping us all, well, drunk and happy. You could see the man kind of shrug. I guess. As he kind of looks back, Corwin Tal Finner at your service as he bows towards Corwin. Hmm, yes. As
Say,
Corwin kind of looks over you, he smiles a bit.
I'll go
"Hmm,
ahead and courtesy.
It's a pleasure to meet you all
Corwin.
again."
I
I'll
tip my
say,
hat and
where are
I
my
tip my
manners
hat and
and
bow.
bow.
I
Mhm.
also bow, tipping my hat, well, taking my hat off.
Didn't think we'd see you around here.
Dimitri kind of pauses and looks at Bennett. "Oh, you've met." Corwin kind of shrugs. "We've had our run-in. Uh, don't worry, Burgomaster. I guess I'll take it from here." He looks at the group. "If that's okay with all of you."
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
I see nothing wrong with that.
With that, Dimitri kind of walks up. "You know this man here," pointing towards Corwin and looking back at you. "Saved his life when he was a child, and he's been repaying me ever since." Corwin kind of shakes his head. "Fantastic, another story. Well, I guess I'll listen to it. All the backslapping." Dimitri turns back to you. I've known him since he was a little boy. You know, he's never told a lie. It's interesting, actually. Built this place with his own bare hands. Helped, Migo get started with the Shaper's Den. A true son of Kretsk. Hmm. You see Corwin kind of roll his eyes a bit and put his hand on Dimitri's shoulders. That's enough of that. Anyway, come in. I imagine you'll need some room and board. And with the alcohol, we'll actually have a crowd, so maybe you can help me out a little bit.
Oh,
With
sure.
a pleasure.
So, entering in, I have a map for this, but I don't have a map for this currently. So
Oh, sick.
let me just double check. Yeah, it's literally in like Foundry stuff. Yeah, well, whatever. We'll do that later. It'll be fine. How do I not like? How do I just? Oh, got rid of it. Of course it did.
Where's Silwyn?
Hold on one
His
sec. Hold on.
last name? It's
Yeah.
Corwin. His name is
Oh,
Corwin.
yeah. I'll put his name in for you because his name is actually his full name is
Most.
Corwin looks at you. Corwin Talfinrid. It's it's deep Barovian. Inside, you note that in the right corner of the tavern, there's a fairly nice fireplace. You can see you are immediately surrounded by at least half a dozen, if not more, Kretskites. They're sitting around tables, just drinking what looks to be just water and just discussing, fairly mid level. You see Corbin kind of slink slowly. You note he's very slow, and he has a very lanky walk. He's fairly tall, uh, about 6'3", 6'4". And as he walks, his kind of thin body almost wraps around itself. He almost moves kind of like an animal of sorts. As he kind of slowly moves his way back towards his little counter area behind the bar, you note behind him on the wall is a glistening blue blade, just kind of framed on the wall, locked in place. As he kind of goes back to the bar, you could see him loading up different taps with different kegs and casks of wine. Finally, uh, I hear you are to thank for this bounty, so I guess we're even then. I appreciate that. As he goes underneath to start fixing about, um, you have pretty much the run of the place as the burgomaster has left for the day, and you're just with Corwin and a few other Ketskites. And again in the corner next to the fireplace, you can see a band sitting around just chatting.
Hmm. So, Corin, may I ask, what's with the blue blade?
Oh, that gift from an old friend. It's a moonlight blade.
Hmm.
They're legendary in other parts of the world, but right here in Barovia, it's just a prop, really.
Oh,
I take it you like what you see.
indeed. It's more. It's just darling, I guess.
Oh crap! I guess I'll show you that because yeah, that's a thing. Sorry guys, like I said, since I was building the campaign, two different things now. There's a lot of just scattered shit everywhere because yeah,
Alright.
there's a lot of stuff. Let me see. Ah, there it is.
It was a great sword. I'm gonna be happy dying.
Of course it is because it's from my
Ye-
favorite video game
Yep,
franchise.
I was right. I was fucking.
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of
Dark
reference.
Souls.
Anyway,
Dark Souls.
he kind of looks at
Had a
it
feeling.
and go back. Huh?
I said I had a feeling.
Moonblade
You
kind of
could see him.
sus.
You could see him like stretch his arms and sit back. Anna's not here yet. Oh well. Anyway, the steps. He points to your left. You take them up to the next floor. The only person who ever sleeps here is me, so there should be tons of rooms for you. Not that the Kretskites actually need any room and board. Oh yeah, there's one room all the way on the down the hall on the left. Last room. I'm renting it out to this Vistana lady. She's not here right now, but don't go in there. Well, I imagine it's locked. He kind of tosses a ring of keys to just collect the party. Exalt because he's the one talking. Um, you have the run of the place if you need. That big key there locks the front door. The small keys lock your rooms individually.
Hmm.
Excuse me. I don't care what you do in here. Just don't drink all the booze, or else, well, the Kreskites might. He looks around as they kind of all silently look your direction, but they're still talking. They really don't give a shit that you're there. They're just kind of hanging out. He smiles a bit. None of you have asked me any fun questions yet.
Oh, it's as if you read my mind.
Oh, what's that, little man?
I just wanted to know if we were to have access to the kitchen, or it's like, kind of a little hobby to cook and learn things, be
Uh,
productive while we're here.
he
I for
nods
sure
and
like
he
that.
points. He nods and points to his right. You can see a door off to his right. That goes to the kitchen. Uh, I can't give you permission to use it. It's not really mine. I did build this place, but Anna's in charge of, well, the cooking. You'll have to go see her or wait for her to come in. She might be along, but knowing her, she's still at the graves.
Okay.
Okay.
Dimitri mentioned that you are the king. I asked and look at him curiously.
He kind of shrugs and King. Dimitri's kind of I don't know, kind of like a father figure to me. Dotes on me, calls me that. Uh, he saved my life when I was about 5, 6. Owed him for that, so I figured I'd use my entire existence to pay him back. Funny, when I came of age, things started happening, and well, he took it in stride to say the least. So I owe him for that. I also helped save one of his kids. That's how I met Milligrove ways back about 10 years. So, you know, do what I can for the people here.
Hmm.
Would you happen to have a map of Barovia?
That would be
Map
useful.
of Barovia. He nods. Yes, I'm sure. The master would like that, probably. The master is a few things, actually. But we should, he looks around the room. We should wait on that for a little bit. Mm, probably, evening. So, he stretches his arms out again and yawns. Oh, I never get enough sleep. Being up all night takes its toll.
I
Anyway,
expect as much.
he nods towards Bennett. Rooms upstairs, washrooms upstairs. You can at least get food out of the kitchen's cupboard, but I wouldn't cook anything unless Anna says so. Other than that, help yourself to some ale, some wine. Seems we got both. A little purple mash and some royal vintage. I'm fine with that. He kind of yells out, "All right, you lot. Who wants something to drink? It's on the house." You can hear just a collective cheer as people start going up to the tap.
Hmm. Oh, you guys want to explore more or take a long rest?
I think we should call it a night here.
All right.
A night. It's
Any
11. It's 11 a.m.
Wait, oh shit.
It's the morning.
it's not no,
Yeah, it's not
it's
even
not.
noon yet.
I was muted the whole time.
Just like
Oh.
the moon in the
That's so
picture threw me
much.
off.
Yeah, the picture. Oh my god, is it nice? Hold on, let me check.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what
Sorry,
do you
Uh,
imagery's a bitch.
I'm like, that's assume like, do you want to for a nighttime or go sleep? I'm like, oh, it's night. Hey yo. Oh, does anyone want to eat?
I'll
Or
go over to
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so hey, would you happen to have did you consume and I'll whisper the holy water? Every bit of it? Or do you have any left over?
I do.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Hey, are you proficient in like? Nah, I won't do that to you. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, whispering?
Yeah, I
Is
was
that a
gonna say.
thing? Proficient
No,
whispering?
not no. Technically, the argument is if you're whispering, it's a stealth check.
What?
I
Wow.
That's whack.
I've never really used that, but that is like if you're proficient in it, you don't have to do it. But if you're not proficient in stealth, you make a stealth check.
oh I
Oh,
am just stealth.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Just stealth.
that is because there's a chance somebody can hear you. That's really it. It's
Oh,
not like, oh, if I don't
Me
do
either.
this right, I yell. It's just that somebody might hear you. So if you're in the vicinity of a group of people, then that's needed. That said,
mm.
you're good. Um, yeah.
okay.
So you have free run of the place.
I'm just
Uh,
going.
I'm just gonna note some things that so Corwin just let you know.
Mhm.
So Dimitri said when you want, you can go find him, and he might have mission for you. If you're feeling tired, you can go sleep as well. Other than that, enjoy yourself in Kretsk. You'll find it to be a very quaint and peaceful village. I would suggest you keep it that way.
Very well.
At this point, you have free reign to do what you want. To a degree.
So, what you guys want to do?
So, I was thinking, right? I want to sleep.
It's
Like,
Uh,
I'm tired for a
I mean,
while.
it's 11 a.m.
Still, I'm
you
trying
want
to
to head
rest.
out at night?
I mean, that's fine. I just want to sleep.
I disagree with heading out at night.
While they
I
do
also
this,
disagree
I'm
with
just
that.
gonna look
I
at
can tell you
the
this
moon
much.
blade and just and examine it from where I am. Well,
Cool.
go up to it and try to like learn its secrets or whatever.
Well,
Maybe draw it.
can you make an Arcana check for me?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
what is he checking?
He's looking at
Blade?
the greatsword.
Run your brain, bro. Run the brain. Flex that brain.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. But
Better
So
be
since the
high.
alcohol is flowing, let me change this up real quick because I enjoy this
Oh,
stuff
I could
way
tell
too
you
much.
to use a great sword. I don't think about
blowing.
Oof.
13.
Mood
13.
Mary. It's
Yeah, I'm
13.
just
It's sick.
looking at it and drawing it in my journal as I look at it. And,
Cool. So drawing in your journal, fine. As you look it over, you don't note anything very much from it other than that you can see it faintly glowing. And you also note that while not touching it, that the blade seems to have a kind of gleam or a shine that, not gleam, or a shine that looking around the lighting of the room seems very out of place, very strange, almost as if there's some type of magic coming off of it. Again, you're not sure what kind is though.
hmm. Yeah, I want to learn more about it.
Darn, my main proficiency to not include Arcana.
Is that all, guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and continue looking at it. Y'all do what y'all want to. I'll follow along as y'all leave.
All right. Anyone else?
Also, there is a limit. The small character is just small, so you can't hop on someone's shoulder.
Oh, what? I
Uh,
can't?
You can hop on a large creature's
Dude,
shoulder.
you're not an
Uh,
ant. Come on.
yeah, like small is literally you're like 3.5 to 4, like 4.9. That's small.
Yeah,
Like,
Baby.
let's take up like
Tilgrim couldn't like hop on my shoulder and stuff, and like,
No,
No.
Tilgrim's not that small.
No.
No,
Pilgrim's
Tilgrim's
the
the same.
size of a
man.
child, more likely.
Yeah, it's shoulder like Tilgrim's just like a kid, like a 8 or 9-year-old kid.
Yeah.
okay.
So maybe Tilgrim. Not
What about Tiefling?
no
Tieflings are small.
Medium.
I don't think tieflings are that small.
If they're
Last
Say
time,
tiefling?
Tieflings. I don't think
Medium.
they're naturally that
Medium-sized.
small. They're more
You
medium.
see,
They're regular
Give me a
height.
size.
halflings. I'm dumb. Halflings. I'm halflings.
Halflings
in
and
the
gnomes
face,
are
like,
roughly the same height. Gnomes could be smaller. Halflings.
Yeah.
So if it's a large creature, a halfling or a gnome can sit on its shoulder. If it's a normal or medium creature, it cannot. It's
So-
not the same.
A barbarian would allow me to run.
No.
Somebody needs to be a
No,
barbarian.
not a barbarian. The
Oh,
race,
Goliath.
a class
No,
of
you-
you about that.
like there's
Goliath.
yeah, Goliath I think is the only large. Is it a large class? Because I put it as medium.
Yeah, it is a large class because
It's been-
Vimic played as a
And
large.
Minotaur.
Yeah, Minotaur, Vimic. I'm gonna have to change Vimic's token then. That's gonna suck. Ah, well, it'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Uh, Again, you guys can do whatever, but making a choice is kind of important.
Like I said, I want to sleep.
Okay, then sleep. We'll leave you here.
I suggest going out.
Satara, I can tell
Hey,
you this much after
need
living in
you
Barovia. It's not a good idea to go out at night.
Like, hey, if you really need to sleep, then go right ahead. We'll continue on.
I'm trying to something change apart.
Right. Also, I'm not gonna let one of you sleep and the rest of you go around. I mean, I could, but you're gonna be real salty. That said, is there a reason you want to sleep? Like a specific reason?
I, like out of character wise, I just want my spell slots back.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Don't
So
you get them at a short rest?
Like, when
No.
you guys get hurt,
No.
I
What?
only have like
No.
because like when you guys get hurt, I can only heal 3 more times and that's it.
That's sick. You have more spell slots than me.
That's the reason for long rest, like literally. That
I
and
just got health
exhaustion.
pots.
Wow.
You're not supposed to be fighting.
That must suck.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't used any of my heavy spells.
I mean, cantrips are cool and all, but meh.
You have more
All right,
spell
cool.
slots.
So just keep in mind, like I said, the burgomaster wants to speak to you about something, and
Yeah.
Corwin said that you can rest until nightfall, and he'd like to speak to you at night.
So
Other than
let's
that,
go.
you are free to do whatever you want.
So
Uh,
up to the
Let's well go meet
Sir.
Demetrius.
Dimitri?
It's just Dimitri. I don't know where the us come from.
So far,
Demetrius.
I mean,
I
Dimitri.
just I just think of Dimitri from Darkstalkers. And that's the only reason I really remember it.
Wow. Oh,
You
Dimitri
call
is
him
them.
Burgermaster.
Yeah,
Burgermaster is far better than Dimitri.
Oh, Dimitri is.
This is all set weird. Let's see. How do I change my window for layers? There we are. I got all confused. Let's move that back. That's weird. All right, cool. Uh, uh, so you're going to go visit Dimitri.
Indeed.
Cool. So as you kind of I got that. So as you leave, let's see, tip mirror, we're gonna enter. So as you leave the tip mirror, you note that the burgomaster is most likely back at his manor. Leaving, oh, I forgot to put that up. So that would be right there. All right. So I am going to show you the following, but you have not unlocked it yet. But this is the full map of Krex. Boom.
Oh,
That's every place you can visit. You can visit other places, but they're special events.
Hmm.
And that's hidden. I don't know how to tell you how to visit other places in this city. Anyway, heading back to the Kretskov Manor. Notably enough, you find Dmitri outside, just sitting on his like porch area, thinking. Ah, friends, settled.
yes.
Yes, in fact, yes.
Good. Hopefully, you've come by for well, I wanted to give you a reward and talk to you about perhaps serving Kretsk in a different capacity.
oh, so
Ah,
Interesting.
So he pulls out a bag and says, "Here, think of it as the collective bargaining of all of us. Um, you'll find just a little bit under 100 ravens. We don't have much as we do everything ourselves. He gives you 97 ravens.
Each or all, it's on one bag.
It's just one bag." And he notes, but again, I imagine Corwin set you up where room and board is all yours. So welcome to Kretsk, and consider yourself having a base of operations as long as you'll have us.
Thank you very much.
How many party members are there?
Nine.
everyone gets
About
13 ravens.
Nah.
Okay.
13 ravens, bro. Bread. Let's go.
There's one
All right.
extra one for whoever wants that extra straight one. But
Everyone roll
I have-
d20, and then whoever gets the higher number gets that.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Extra
Let's do it.
raven. Let's go,
Wait.
baby.
Any modifiers? No, any
No,
modifiers?
flat d20.
What
Whoever
kind of
gets that.
modifier would you use?
Dex?
Damn it.
Oh,
No,
really?
no, I don't. That's the worst thing.
You rolled a nat
I
one.
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
I don't
Is it
know.
alright
Your
if we
coin
actually?
purse should break and all your coins should just fall.
Oh no! Oh please
On the
no!
floor.
So,
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
enter this.
So the party, the
This
whole
is just
party's
hilarious.
casually playing rock paper
Oh,
scissors.
Jotun's
I'm
dropping
staying out of it.
extra
I'm the one who calculated it, so I'm just gonna sit here with my 13 and be happy. I
All
don't.
right, I think
Yoan gets it.
since
Yo,
Kester gets it.
Yes,
No,
sir.
it's
What do you mean
Yoan.
Kester gets it?
Yoan. It's Yoan.
Yoan,
It's
16.
Jotun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, yo. There you
Yeah.
go.
That's crazy. Almost had that. Almost had that.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Yo,
The
if you roll a
coin
nat 20,
wars.
You get all.
The
If
coin
you roll a nat
wars.
20, you should get all of it.
Oh, that's incredible.
Bro.
Like everybody's coins. It was like it was one coin.
It was literally all that for one
Yeah.
coin.
One coin
we
is a
just-
lot.
Yo,
That was
we
one
all played
coin.
rock paper scissors real quick to divide it all.
Welcome to D. Welcome to
Literally, it
D&D.
was 13
Bro,
each, and there
that
was one stray coin.
bro, that don't matter,
Lord.
bro. It's about the principle.
Like for real.
I'm sorry, that
Alrighty,
was
Oh,
hilarious.
we're not in the bar
all right.
anymore.
That's a moment. we we all play rock paper scissors real quick. He'll get this extra coin.
That's the facts,
If
bro.
I ever want to sit through one of these streams to make a highlights moment, that's definitely making the cut.
I mean, all I have to say is one person got paid more
How'd I
for
roll in
what?
that one? How'd I roll in that one?
Bro, podcast.
All right, guys. So going
Jesus
back,
Christ.
All right.
so the
Now that
burgomaster,
we told us,
the burgomaster kind of looks on. Ah, now it's business. So,
Yes, business.
you of course heard that annoying bell, the fortress to the north, the abbey. It happens randomly at times. Like I said earlier, there is a hmm, I suppose you can call him a Kretzkite, but I don't know what really to call him. His name is the Abbot. He doesn't go by anything else. He lives up there with his monstrosities. I would ask that, well, honestly, no one's really been up there in quite some time, and the only other person who's visited Kretsk has gone missing up there, and she hasn't come back in a few days or a day. I said a few days. It's been one day.
and what was her name again?
He kind of shrugs. I have no idea. She never gave it. Again, she was here on business. She had the official seal of a hunter. He kind of says to you as or as he points out, didn't give a name, just said was looking for Von something, um, and had a lead that the Abbey might know where he is. Raced right up there after leaving Corwin. Would you mind? It's a bit of a trek. It's 400 feet straight up. But would you mind going to maybe check on her and seeing what that fool is doing?
Okay, all right.
Shouldn't be too much
That shouldn't be
problem.
a problem.
I appreciate it. Our guards have gone, but they say it's usually empty except for the weird screams and howls. And I honestly don't want to. I'll be frank, lose any of my people when, well, you've proven yourself from what Adrian tells me to be quite the group. He leans in. We can use some heroes if you would here. It's been a little bit since we've been able to trust.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm just that.
Perhaps it help.
He slightly rolls his eyes towards Kester. I'm sure.
Oh, to
Uh,
be
y- as this is happening, you see Anna come out the front door, kind of in a rush. Um, Dimitri looks up to her. Anna, what's wrong? She says, "It's nothing. The midwife. I forgot the time. They must be delivering the child. I must go." And she immediately runs towards the north.
like in the direction of the Abbey.
She stops. You can't really see past it, but you could see she stops at a small house cottage and
Oh, okay.
knocks, or at least waits outside of it.
Mm.
Out of
Shall
it
we get going,
straight.
guys?
What was that all about? I don't know. What was that?
I
What?
mean, I mean, we can assume that.
Sounds pregnant.
Dimitri looks over and nods. Indeed, Anna is one of the midwives, most likely in charge, since we lost our actual abbot to that person. Anna's taken over, just making sure that the children born are, well, that they cry and don't remain silent.
Mm.
Do they
Yes.
perhaps
Okay.
need assistance?
Well,
Do they
I no idea, but you're welcome to go see. I won't stop you.
I'll look over to the party, um, and then I'll look back to Dimitri. Would she need a priest's blessing?
That might help in case of the quiet.
Okay, well, I'll look back to the party. Hey, do you guys mind if I stop over there? It
Not at
shouldn't
all.
take me long.
As long as it
Cool, then
doesn't
I'll
take
just
too long, you
Uh,
see no problem.
yeah, I'll just head in the
You're
direction.
quite
I'll
welcome
follow
to.
behind as well.
We'll wait for you.
I'll follow behind.
Cool. So as you kind of leave the burgomaster, he waves you off. You start to head north. Um, okay, cool. So, sorry, I
Is this
forgot where.
all of us or just two of us?
Hey, I'm not doing that. I'm waiting outside for you guys.
Oh,
This is
cool.
gonna be
That's
whoever comes in. It's a
Cool.
it's
So,
a it's a group wide, so you're gonna see everything anyway.
I guess it's just me and Tilgrim.
All right, cool. So upon
okay.
getting to the cottage and meeting back up with Anna, she kind of nods to you. Hmm. Looking down, does Anna see the pendant Sotero has on?
It's not removed.
Okay. She nods. Hmm. I guess you're certainly somebody I could use on this. As she enters the house, she kind of ushers you in. Inside, you note a very troubled scene in that the baby has been born with the midwife kind of holding it, and well, you visuals, but the child doesn't seem to be crying. As Anna shakes her head at the door, the midwife kind of gets up and goes over. It was a quiet birth. Anna shrugs her head and then looks back at Sotero. Perhaps you would do well, cleric, to bless the child. A quiet birth means there's nothing we can do. Noting you see that the child is completely healthy and well. Uh, he seems to be just laying there, eyes closed and making mouth movements.
Okay, so I never left the. Well, this is I can't say this. Okay. I'll head over to the kid, the child, and upon inspection, can I inspect his heartbeat?
Yeah, make a medicine check for me.
I was gonna say pulse, but okay, medicine check. And with proficiency, so D20 plus 5. Jesus Christ. It's nerve wracking. 20, not 20. Hell yeah. All right, not 20.
Yo, this
25.
baby survives.
Mm. So you note
No,
that the
that's not what
baby
it is.
is what?
Nothing. Hold on. Just
Or maybe I got my hopes up too much. Continue on.
Okay. So you note the baby is in perfect condition. Um, it opens its eyes slightly and looks up at you, and then just kind of leans back and closes them again.
Kind of whisper, "Hello there, little one." And I look back at Anna and say, although it's quiet, he doesn't seem to have anything wrong, but I will bless him regardless.
She shakes his head and kind of like smiles as she walks out. Go ahead.
Um, Before blessing him, I'll ask them, is the midwife the one handling the baby?
Yeah, the midwife should be handling the baby
Cool.
there.
I asked the midwife if she could turn the baby on its back, and then I'll inspect its back. Is that another medicine check?
No, you the 20 is fine. Checking its back, you don't know anything wrong.
In all corners. Okay. Well, all right. To bless the baby, what I need to cast a spell is just a regular prayer. I could
You
cast.
you just pray. You do what you want, honestly.
Baby didn't cry. I could cast bless. All right. That's a waste of a spell. Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Just asking, do I notice anything magical happening at all?
You don't know. There's nothing magical in the room.
Okay.
All right. I'll just open my Bible and I'll begin to flip through the pages. Wait a second. Cool. I'll flip through the pages and I'll stop on page XIV and I'll recite the verse. He who blinds himself a joy does winged life. Wait, what? So he who blinds to himself a joy does the winged life destroy, but he who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity and the sun's rise. May you be blessed for all that you live.
You can see the midwife and the mother kind of smile, although it's kind of a half smile. They're not really too interested, but they're polite. Uh, Notably enough, Anna has left the cottage and she's just kind of standing in front with the others.
Okay, so can I inspect the baby one last time? Because it is kind of strange. But I kind of
If you'd like.
is another medicine check because I just want to like grab its attention.
It depends on how you're checking. So are you checking health? What are you
I'll
expecting,
ask the midwife.
perceiving?
I'll ask the midwife if she could raise his hand a bit to see if he responds.
Um, just raising his hand, you could see him grab himself and is strong enough, waving it.
Okay. Well, I'll look back and say the baby's perfectly healthy. It's not unusual for quiet births to happen, but there's nothing wrong here.
You could see the two in the room kind of just look around you, if you would, and like kind of remain quiet.
Okay. I'll just bid them farewell and leave.
Okay. So back outside, collectively, Anna kind of just like sits next to the cottage and is no real worse for wear. She's kind of just
What's
no
the
luck
matter?
in Kretsk. Well, you figure I've been in charge of the midwifing, and I don't have any children, so to speak, anymore. So seeing something like that always kind of makes me feel empty. Poor choice of words.
Did the baby cry?
Oh,
No, afraid not.
Soulless.
She nods. Another one. That makes three in the last year.
It's not very good.
We're still trying to figure out what to do with it. The whole idea. But the land is cursed. With this, notably enough, Anna just kind of looks over at you. Well, she kind of looks around the corner towards the tipping mare. I'm sure Corwin's going to be all in a tizzy in a little bit with all those people. She kind of gets up and dusts herself off. If you need me, I'll be at the tipped mare. I kind of cook for the place. Corwin's not exactly that good with well, any kitchen supplies. You could see her just walking off towards the west.
let's look back at the party. Well, that is the first interaction I've had with this mentioned Solus. Look at Bennett.
Yeah, it's a curse. Barovia is known for a few things to those inside it. One of them is that when going through a childbirth, there's a chance the child may have no soul. It's a toss up, like a coin flip. If you pinch the child, or if I remember right, if the child comes out crying, they have a soul. But if they don't, then that means they are soulless. Most people,
Well,
I think, in the village of Barovia are known for that. Didn't get much while I was traveling through there.
it's awkward. Not awkward. That's strange because the baby was in perfect condition.
The baby could be alive, but that doesn't help the fact that it's left with no soul. It's
And you mentioned that there's a spell, correct?
not a spell, but a
It's
curse
a curse.
First.
along the
So,
lines of that.
It's the very land itself.
okay. Okay,
Well,
so
on that quite somber note, shall we, lads?
Shall we head to the Abbey?
Onward,
Yeah.
onward to the next stage.
So, Jay, going to Abbey? Jay?
Mr. J, or
I was muted the whole time. That sucks. Anyway,
indeed
so I was updating some people on information. Which direction are you headed in?
the north?
Okay, so you're headed
Towards
towards
the
the
Abbey.
Abbey. So, we're probably going to end the session here, mainly because of this next part. So, as you approach the Abbey or the foothill for the road of the Abbey, you immediately note that there's a switchback road. It hugs the cliff. It's about 10 feet wide, the whole thing, and it's covered with just like loose gravel, chunks of broken rock. As you slowly start to ascend, you realize looking up at the Abbey just how massive it is in terms of where you're at. Um, Starting to climb the rock, you realize that, well, it's going to take you a little bit to climb 400 feet. So as you
Yeah.
slowly go up the road and it's winding, notably enough, you note that the areas as you're going up around the first mountain area, the wide path becomes a small 5 foot path. I'm gonna need everybody to, while walking, go ahead and just roll a dex save for me, or a dex check actually, not a save, just a check.
Back.
Dex
Splendid.
check.
As the roadside is covered with snow and ice at this point, you're also notably getting considerably colder as you go up.
Thing I
Wearing like
don't
2
give a
jackets.
crap about the cold.
Hey, what? I'm wearing like 2 jackets. What is this?
What if my preferred terrain
You're
is
definitely
Arctic?
not wearing 2 jackets. I know that for a fact.
Oh, I'm not.
No,
Damn,
you're
that's
you're
rough.
definitely wearing whatever you started with, and I believe
Yeah.
you have a black cloak. That's it.
My character just
Ah.
isn't bothered by
Oh,
the
I thought
cold.
you said that those cloaks that we found were like cloaks.
I mean, they're cloaks. They're just not jackets. I don't know if you know what a cloak is, but it's not very insulated. It's just
What if
kind of
my
Ah. Yeah, that's my fault.
So,
Alright.
so a saving throw?
No, he said
yeah.
No,
check.
check.
So,
No.
No, it's a
so
check. It's a deck check.
even if favorite terrain is Arctic?
If favorite terrain is Arctic, that's fine. Then
I
you
don't
would
believe
you would roll with advantage.
you don't get
That's
advantage. I don't think you get advantage
15.
on. You don't get
What?
advantage on wisdom, and study-based skills.
Yeah, but I
Habits.
mean, arguably, it would be weird that he didn't get to roll with advantage if his favorite terrain is Arctic and you're on the snowy, ice-covered terrain. Because if you
that's
because if you fail, there's stuff that's about to happen to you.
Oh, splendid. I love
Oh.
the.
like
So
check with
that's,
like we're telling you our modifier or our stat block for that.
That right
I
there is
just need you to
nice.
roll a dex
oh
check.
yeah. Thank God I got that advantage.
Kester, you
That
God is
forgot
out
the.
to
thing.
kill me.
Uh,
God is
actually,
out to kill
you don't
me.
need it.
Ooh.
I
Check.
rolled a nat 20. I don't care.
Yeah. I was about to say you forgot the
Twice 20.
1d4.
All right, I got a 13. Jesus.
Uh,
Also, tell me if I fail, so if I can know if I could need to use a superiority die.
no one failed.
Okay.
So
Splendid.
as you walk, you note the terrain grows pretty stiff, rigid. You manage to make it about 200 feet up. It's about 30 minutes have passed, so you're kind of feeling a bit worn down. As you collectively start making your way to the top of the abbey, another 30 minutes passes, so it's been an hour since you've been walking up the side of the mountain.
Your natural explorer kicks in.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of just looking around, you finally come to the gate of the abbey, and you can finally see the entire thing for what it is. Give me one sec, just doing some updates, and yeah, we're probably gonna end here because everything that happens next is, well, it's a thing. It's an actual thing.
Oh
So I'm
boy.
gonna hit some
Okay.
buttons, and I'm gonna hit some buttons, and we're gonna go clickety clickety. We're gonna hit some buttons, and we're gonna see the abbey because the abbey's up. What? Yeah, it's pretty much covered in snow. Yeah. So as you reach the peak, you could see the Abbey of Saint Markovia, kind of standing on its sides. The walls aren't that big, but everything else is fairly massive. It's entrenched in snow from the area, albeit it's not snowing at the moment. And you come to the gate.
Lucian takes a deep breath, refreshed by the cold air.
Sure. So I suppose we can kind of talk over this real quick, but You stand in front of the gate of the Abbey of St. Markovia. You note that the gate is obviously just kind of a large, about 15-foot wrought iron gate. The walls, just like the walls below in Kretsk, are about, well, I'm sorry, the walls of Kretsk are about 20 feet. These walls are about 15 feet. You can see they're far more shallow. They're just made of stone. There doesn't seem to be anything in the way other than the gate. There's no real turn order here, but I guess I'll just call it because, yeah, we'll just move as a collective.
Wait. Okay.
So as you kind of stand in front of the gate, what do you do?
Are there any signs of any kind?
There are no signs whatsoever above the gate or part of the gate. The way it's been kind of formed or shaped at the top, you can see a circle and a cross. You can see above the cross coming out of it is a star shape as well. And then above that, just kind of painted on a wooden basin on top of the kind of locked into the gate, it just says the Abbey of St. Markovia.
I'd like to enter the gates.
Okie doke. So I'm gonna have you enter the gates. So as you kind of move the iron gates, you note how heavy they are. Um, they move easily enough. As you move into the I guess area here, you don't note many signs of life or anything of the sort. But from the area you're standing in, you can hear a shallow sound coming from both your left and your right. It almost sounds like just snoring.
Hmm.
Sleeping.
Do I see any like bells of any kind or like windows? No, right?
You don't standing in front. If I put you all here, you do note from the building. Now you can't even see those. Now you don't notice any windows or bells. Where you're standing now, it's just a large stone wall and a gate with two kind of just stations. Ooh,
Okay.
I'm walking.
hey, how come he's moving the entire goddamn thing?
The
He's a
reality
cleric.
shifts with
He's
him.
the main character.
He's a cleric, bro. He banishes the
Mm,
light.
I say be to
So I want to peer left and right around the corners.
great. Zion, what were you saying?
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to
Oh
tell
no, no, I just said great because I'm going to do that for you while Zion's talking.
I was just going to say to Lucian, perhaps we should call someone. The gate was
But
closed. Perhaps we should call someone. The gate was closed. Maybe they could guide us.
I kind of shush to Tilgrim and kind of make a notice that I heard something.
we so to your right, you note nothing but a wall. I'm sorry, to your left, you know the wall about 30, 40 feet up. To your right, you notice a heavy amount of gravestones. It seems to be where the cemetery is located. We as you kind of look back at the party and you kind of whisper back, telling them that you heard something. Um, anything else you would like to do before I
Mm,
wrap this sage?
did that sound like snarling or snoring?
It was definitely snoring. It wasn't a snarling sound. There might have been a little snarling mixed in though.
All right, I'm gonna peek into that tower on to the south.
South, like this thing here, like here.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek. Yeah, I'm gonna peek in there.
Okay. Hmm. Kind of weird. Cool. We. Yeah, that's definitely weird. Give me one sec.
I have a feeling something's supposed to be there.
Definitely is. Uh,
You just peek
where?
around the
Oh,
corner, and then you get a sudden text across the screen. This is the end of the demo. Please purchase the full
there we
game.
go.
I'm
Yo,
sorry. I'm sorry,
So
I had
as
to.
you peek around, you can see kind of a sloppily dressed in dirty rags, a creature just kind of laying there, sleeping in a pile of straw. you note that as you kind of come around the corner, no matter how cold it is, you're hit in the face immediately with just a stench, just a decay, a rot. You note that it's coming from the creature as you hear.
Am I
Um,
able to?
he's
Am I able to
violently sleeping.
violently sleeping? Am I able to identify the creature?
You are not. No. To you, you can not really make out anything other than it has a humanoid face and there's hair, but there's other things, uh, strange things that you're kind of starting to like glance over and to see. You note like as you're just looking over at him, as he moves and kind of sleeps, that he's very small, about 4 feet. Um, and he has kind of on the left side of his face this strange kind of lizard scale. As he turns and yawns again, you note the right side of his face is has like hair, gray, thick hair, kind of pouring out of it. When you see an arm kind of pop out, you could see pale human skin, but
Oh my!
at the same time, patches of it have that same dark gray hair, and then some has skilling. It's just you're kind of just confused. There's also patchwork skin, as in someone sewed in skin onto the creature.
Oh boy!
I'm going to follow behind and look where
Can I?
I can
Can
hear
I
the
check? Oh,
snoring. Correct.
Uh, as you pass through, you can hear the snoring. Yeah.
I want to look at what Lucian is looking at.
You also can see well what I explained.
I'd like to
Okay.
go up and just peer into the other tower.
Okay.
See if I see like the exact same thing.
So as you peer in, you note another creature, kind of just sleeping in a pile of hay. This one looks notably different as you look on. Um, the first very clear thing you can note is that this creature seems to have a dog or a wolf's snout in place of its mouth and nose, and on one side of its head it has a dog's ear or a wolf's ear. You can note that there's patches of skin on its leg that seem to be some sort of animal. You're not really sure, but it has very neat short gray hair, and there's patches of human flesh and skin as well. You note as it rolls over, it has a tail. You see it as a kind of a short, neat gray fur thing whipping around with a bit of a kind of a tassel at the end. You know it to be a donkey's tail um, from just experience of just being out there.
Hmm.
Does this thing look alive to me at all?
Well, it's breathing and sleeping, so I imagine
Yeah,
yes.
it looks quite
What's your
alive.
definition of alive?
Yeah, like what does that
Mm,
mean?
I kind of wanna.
I'm gonna move
I
back
wanna
to the
go.
party.
I wanna go over to that tree. And
Uh, so
hmm,
I guess walking over to the tree. Uh, as you walk down the path, you note the path changes. The stones shift. They go from being fairly rough to very smooth. As you step off the path into the snow, you can hear a crunching sound. Immediately, you can hear a
oh,
as
I'm moving
Did I
stealthily.
move back, by the way?
mhm.
I'm moving stealthily because natural explorer and favorite terrain. Can I make
Okay.
a stealth check?
No, you must be going an hour
We
traveling.
were,
You
and we
just
did
got
travel anywhere.
you just got here,
We traveled for an hour in Arctic terrain.
This is
was it
true.
an hour? No, I thought traveled for the fuck.
30 minutes and
Oh,
then another
Mhm.
30 minutes. That's
okay,
400,
okay.
horrible.
400
Oh,
feet, 200 feet an hour on foot. Yeah, that's
mm,
yeah.
okay,
It took you an hour to get up top here. Yeah,
okay.
like the distance between this place and the town is literally like an hour. It's the same distance that you walked from there to the winery. It's this. It's just up.
Mm.
Could I also just make my
So
way back?
I'm moving stealthily.
Okay, cool. In that case, go ahead. So at the tree, let's see. Where do you see at the tree line? That's a good question. What do you see at the tree line? You probably see the rest of the graves. So and you wouldn't see anything here. You wouldn't see anything there. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
So from the tree line, you know, well, you're kind of next to this, so Let's just do this real quick. You notice the first building, a white stone building that looks to be fairly old. It doesn't look like anybody's been keeping it up. It looks to be somewhat falling apart. You note kind of as you were walking some dirty windows to your east.
Is there how tall is the building? Is it like a second floor?
There is a second floor. You can see from where you're standing that it is about a two-story building. You'd note that each floor looks to be about 10 to 15 feet.
Hmm.
So you imagine the ceilings are fairly sturdy to be that high. Coming around from the angle you're at, because of you stepping off, you would also be able to see this. Wee, wee,
I'd, hmm.
and then that, yeah. So
I'd like to climb the tree.
okay, that's fine. You don't need anything really to do that. Because it's not really a tall tree. So
And
papa.
free being up in a tree, are there any like windows at my level that I can look in?
Um, I actually don't know if the answer to that. Let me find out. Actually, I guess we can find out together because you are moving. Because you climbed a tree. Blah blah blah. You guys could stick around. Blah blah. Huh. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Let's talk about this, shall we? Wait. What are we doing? Did I lock it? It's locked, right? Give me one sec. I keep locking certain layers. No, it's not locked. Ah well. Wee. Wee. Oh, look, I found a guy. You can't really find the guy. But there's a guy in there. He's sleeping too, by the way. Wee. Actually, yeah. I guess from this window, I'll just say he's sleeping. Cool. So from here, let's pretend you climbed and you were here, right? And you would be able to technically see in this way and then this way. Cool. So I'll just go this way and then I'll go this way. There we go. That's
Oh,
great.
hmm.
And then we'll go this way too. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's fine. I don't really give a shit. It's not a big deal. There you
Can I
go.
see? Can I see that thing in the middle of the room?
This is not this thing. You could see it. Yeah, it's just a rope hanging down.
Oh, it's just a room.
Yeah,
And
there's a rope
is
hanging down. You also know again this. There's a creature in a pile, kind of asleep, also snoring, but you can barely hear it.
is the window locked?
I couldn't tell you, but I'm imagining yes, or at least painted over with. It's kind of stuck most likely, so it's probably locked and painted over. Since yeah,
Yeah, that'd make sense. And looking at the building, would I be? Hmm. It seemed like I'd be able to climb the side of the building and go further up.
it does not seem like you would be able to climb it. It's a pretty flat surface. There would be nothing to really grab onto.
Ah, I
It's just
see.
like cobbled stone. Yeah, it's not deep enough to really like do that. You'd need a climbing kit to like make headway.
All right. And I'll just tuck myself into the tree, hiding, and I'll in there.
Okay, doke. I'm gonna end the session here.
Cool.
All right.
So you are. I'm gonna move you guys in to the. So you guys are just entering the Abbey of Saint Markovia. Again, please note there's two sleeping creatures, three sleeping creatures, and yeah, one of you is in the tree.
Could I just move behind
Eh,
before we end it? Like
Can you do
behind.
what?
Could I just move behind Bennett and Sotero before we end the session?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll move you there though, but it doesn't have much bearing because yeah, it doesn't have much bearing actually. All right, cool. So that's where we're gonna end it.
Damn, bro, he's really on a trade, huh?
Cool.
I
All
mean,
right.
hey, if that window was open, I would have surely gone in.
Well, that's cool.
Now you're
You
in
guys,
a
you
trade.
guys made
And
made
climb that rope.
interesting choices. All right, stop the stream. All right. Cool. You guys made an. Yeah. Okay. I didn't have to use any of this
Hey,
other
Mr. J,
stuff.
I have a question.
What's up?
Cool. I don't know if this is like metagaming, but you know, dispel curse or whatever, remove curse, whatever. If I cast it on the baby, would it get a soul back?
That's not how that works now. The baby's
Dang
not
it.
cursed.
Oh
That's just
man.
that's a colloquialism. You'll hear that a lot. That's not literal. Like you're gonna hear a lot of people say, "This is cursed. That is cursed. This is cursed." It's just colloquial. It's
Just
what
the
they
way they
say.
explain it.
You'll have to literally investigate if you want to know if it's a real curse. Like you'll have to do an Arcana check to check if it's curse or not. And the babies being born with no soul, it's definitely not a curse.
Like uncursing wouldn't bring the soul back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with them. They just don't have a soul because it's just the way the world. It's a mechanic of the world.
Yeah.
A man
So
dispel curse the world.
yeah,
Right.
bro, it's like in the name. It's Curse of Strahd.
No,
Correct. Yes.
dispel the curse of Strahd.
Yes. There's curses. Curse is a word used more than I think any other word in this entire campaign. But they're not actual curses. It's just curse doesn't like curse
Great
doesn't mean
TBT.
what you have written down basically. Like yeah.
Yep. Imagine if it was just that easy.
Cool. Fun fact: you could have literally gone to sleep, woken up at night, and then went to talk to Corwin and done a completely different thing. Super cool.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I figured. I was thinking that if we get through this early enough and we're not all obliterated or worn down, we could just talk to Corwin after.
Surprising fun fact: the Abbey of Saint Markovia is not at all a a combat encounter area. Funnily enough, every single area in this game has combat encounters, including the
Sick.
city, which has a combat encounter, and it's
You
a
can fight.
fun one
Isn't that
too.
something?
You can fight the city.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I don't want to fight.
you'd you'd
Bro, let's
lose
fight a
currently,
city.
but yeah, you
I want to fight a city. Let's go.
you could fight every single character in this game. Just so you're
Like,
aware.
hey man, we could have just broke into the city in the
Yeah.
first time at the gate and fought the
Mhm.
whole city.
100% says it in the book. You could have stormed the
Yo,
you could have stormed the gate, popped over the city, and you would have been obliterated by all the town
Yeah,
guards and all the
yeah,
commoners
yeah.
because every single citizen of this city, because it's a fort city, is a guard, even the children.
blended.
That's
So
crazy. Bro, we get folded by
Hey,
a
no,
child.
100%,
That's crazy.
because they all have to learn how to defend themselves because they live in a fort, like they live in a fort city. They only have each other, so everybody is like martial status. They're just a giant militia. And there's, I think, wait, how many is it? Because it literally does say it. You have to. Let me see. Village operates. Yo, where's this shit? Oh, here it is. 30. So there are 30 citizens that will come in the first wave to defend the city, and another 30 will come in the second wave.
Yo,
If you
Ooh,
Margaret rolls
blended.
up and just casts fireball in the party and we all just die.
Ooh,
yeah,
I hate
Like
the
he's
literally,
like,
yeah.
like
You
I
he's
hate
some
the
bubble
fact that
tea
you're
we
right.
made.
you would fight like everybody. Although
oh man.
the strongest person in this is it's not really that surprising, but it's
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 definitely.
Yeah,
you
you
wouldn't want
know.
to.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know.
Corwin.
Yeah,
You know.
I'd
you wouldn't want to
Yeah,
imagine.
roll bounce into that fight.
yeah,
I'd
bro.
imagine so. Yeah.
I
Surprisingly
figured.
enough, it's well that's a lore thing. I'm not going to say it, but it's something you might find out if you want to. Just remember, again, you could do whatever. It's just everything, man. Like everything in this campaign has a consequence, but not a bad consequence. I would
I
just
was
ask
kind of
questions. Yeah.
I was kind of surprised when you had an image ready when Sotero decided to go check the baby thing.
Oh yeah, man. Uh, that was one of the encounters. There's a lot of encounters that are hidden. Like I
Oh,
said,
encounter?
yeah, that was an actual encounter. That was a lore encounter. There's lore
Oh,
encounters. There's
oh.
experience
You,
encounters.
when
There's
you said
combat.
encounter, I thought you meant combat, like right away.
So when
And,
I
and
say, go ahead.
We're fighting babies.
Yeah, I was just gonna say when I say encounter, I just mean literally like you encountered it. It's something that you saw. For instance, in Wizard of the Wines, the winery, you missed two encounters. So
Okay.
yeah. So I had things ready for two things, but you never did them. So
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
oh, it's just there. Like it's not good or bad.
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
Like I'm not gonna
I
tell you
thought
like, oh, you guys messed up. Like I'm not gonna do that because the campaign
just the
campaign is what you
did a
do.
one-shot Strahd and
That's
if
why
you punch.
I told King last session I can't tell you what you missed because there's no such thing anymore. Like
Yeah, I get you.
just go back.
yeah, yeah, Death House was the only place you can't go back to. If you went back there, it'd just be Well, actually, you could go back there. It'd just be ruins in the middle of a. No, you couldn't go back there. I'm sorry.
And our
Yeah,
comrade's great.
yeah, you can't go back there. There's the fog's too thick.
Damn it.
But
Damn it.
everywhere else in the actual like within like the thing, and you'll see in the map in a little bit. But within the world, you can go there freely. Like no, like it's fine. It's just everything west of Kretsk is covered in fog now, so you can't go back there. You could try though. There's rules for the
Oh,
fog.
man.
You just die in a minute. That's pretty much it.
That's
Like,
not good.
It's
yeah,
basically
you
how
sit in
you
the
gonna
fog
breathe
for
with
1
no
minute
air.
before you. Yeah, like you just start bleeding out of all your orifices and stuff.
Oh,
You just melt.
Yeah, shit's gnarly.
Oh.
splendid.
Shit's
I mean,
gnarly.
what if you don't have any blood?
Then
Whatever
you
you
just
got
kind of
in you.
turn to dust. Like, yeah, the mist is literally kind of like, it's just a decomposition thing. Like when you're standing in it, you slowly decompose until you fade away.
But
That's just
would a
what happens.
warforged last longer because they're made of metal?
Mm,
Sure,
No.
but they'd still
Huh?
like they'd still crumble.
Like it
I mean,
would go eventually, but I still think the last
they'd last.
longer than
They might last like 2
blood.
minutes, but then they just kind of crumble.
Like, yeah, just like last longer than someone of flesh and blood.
Yeah, it's basically the only real gaming mechanic where it's an invisible wall, except you're allowed to walk in it.
And
And
die.
after a while, you just die. Like you can stand in it for 1 minute and then leave it, and you'll be fine. Or you could stand in it for 1 minute and die. It's up to you.
Hey,
And
yo.
you're free to go to it. It's on every single side of the map except the north and the south, which are just mountains. Like this place is completely like locked. You can't leave.
Hey, yo, guys, let's go to the next town over.
oh boy, I can't wait to come back
Yep.
to that's when I'm level 10 and obliterate all of its citizens for no reason.
But chill.
That
And
would be
Strahd rolls up and slaps your head off.
the funny thing is
And
at level 10 you
Huh?
still wouldn't stand a chance. Like not even
Oh,
close.
let's
Like an
go.
entire level 10 party would get rolled by Kretsk. Guaranteed.
Oh, wow.
I told you,
It's
level
a
20
whole
mage is
town.
a fireball.
Yeah, like it's
It's
an
a
entire
whole
town.
town, dude.
Like if you're level 10, I imagine the average citizen is about level 3, and like the good citizens who are veterans are higher level. I know at least 4 people in the town are at least level 12.
Oh, splendid.
So you still want to try to run a train wreck?
And you also know
I
the other
might.
person. You also know the other
Bitch.
person here. And I
Yeah,
don't think you'd win.
like
yeah,
I
that
crack a couple. I'll crack a couple of chaos side. Let's go.
the coolest thing is like again, you can fight everybody, but like you never really know. Like there's some
He-
kids in the game that would like one shot you, like the entire
Oh,
party.
naturally.
big
Like,
kid.
Yeah, I expect that.
yeah, because
Children, yeah.
Shit's
they're based
crazy.
like there's things going on. Like this is a horror campaign, so like you imagine why would a kid be able to do that? Well, in a horror movie, why would a kid be able to kill a bunch of adults?
Oh, because it's a
There's
monster.
usually
How
there's
would a
usually
kid
reasons
kill
for
Jason?
everything.
Like,
Can you
Yeah,
ask him for a spar?
if you want. Again, you can ask anybody to do anything. It's up to them whether they do it or not, and that just means I'll think into my head: is that logical? Like, is that something this character would actually do? Sure, okay. But yeah, you can ask.
Can't wait to
So
get
with
cooking.
that, this town is familiar with you. They're not fans of you, but certain people in the town like you. The burgomaster loves you. He's down with you. If you could finish this thing with the abbey right, he's gonna just be delighted to have you guys exist. And that's kind of how things go. So again, just do what you need to do, or do whatever. People will do things for you based on what you're doing.
That nice. I hopefully I can get that discount on a wagon.
So, say for
Jeez.
example, upon leaving this place, someone wanted to slide down the mountainside. What kind of roll would that be?
Uh, well, sliding down the side, you would just have to check if you fall off. So I imagine that would be like a dex check to see if you would fall off the side, since there's no railing or guards or anything. And each side is 100 feet, so you can't live if you fail that roll. You're not surviving the 100-foot drop. So yeah, dex. Just it's just a smooth.
Okay.
See if you.
Dang, if you can't snowboard down the side of the mountain.
Yeah, you can. You just might fall off. You know, that's,
Yo, that's
there's no
dope.
protection.
And I gotta
Hey,
make that roll more than once.
it's gonna be a hell of a
no,
last
no.
ride.
Because if you fail it, you're dead. But if you pass it, then probably subsequently the way it curves, yeah, on each curve you would have to make the roll. There's only
Nah.
two curves.
Oh wait. Solid question. Does a
Hey,
snowboard
if
count
Wait,
as
wait.
a land?
One, two.
it
Yeah,
was
there's only
one,
two curves.
if it was one drop, I might be willing to dump all my superiority die on that again.
So
Okay.
the first curve at the top is 200 feet. The second curve is only 100 feet. So
Oh, splendid.
Man,
But like the
that
snowboard
sucks.
count?
God.
Is it possible to start an avalanche up here?
I mean, I imagine, but then that would probably kill the entire inhabitants below. There's probably not enough snow on the mount though.
So
But
if I try to, if I,
probably.
What I have
if I
to is
try,
like the
if I try to snowboard down the second half, that'd just be one roll.
Because there's only two sharp curves. Like the entire thing is just like a big trail with two curves on it. The top of the second curve where you guys are closer to is 5 foot trail. That's insanely dangerous. The bottom curve is a 10 foot trail, so that's easier.
Oh,
So if I come back
so,
in
so
the
I would,
dead of
I would
winter,
still have to roll for the second half.
If you're at the top, you'd have to roll for the second half. If you're at the second area, you'd only have to roll for that part.
And one fail and equal death.
Yes, because it's a 100 foot drop.
wait,
what?
What?
what will the roll be? So like sled
That's
a dex.
Just a death check to see if you
There
I'm
you
stay
gonna
go.
on
I
or
was
fall
right
off.
now.
Hasn't Barovia heard of
Oh
winter
damn,
sport?
I'll be lit. This spot loves me. Um, hold on. My question, right? So the bag of holding is it like infinite holding? So like no weight system?
It's
Yep.
got one extra slot in it. That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. 500 ravens, one extra. That's crazy.
A bag of holding, it's it's just an infinite bag. That's
Yeah.
it.
So I was thinking like I could just like hold the party stuff. Like our problems are solved.
You can, however, it takes an action to get something out of it. So, in order to get everybody's stuff out of it every time, you would spend a long time doing it. So, just keep that in
Like,
mind.
like it'd
Important
have to
stuff.
be all in, it would just have to be in an in between section.
Yeah, just like yeah, important stuff. I could just get like hold every stuff so no one's encumbered or anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
all
At
the,
that point, it's just like a
I
time
mean,
check.
all the super important stuff ends up being not a slot or a trinket.
Just like yeah, the like the things we have to guard.
But like,
Whoa.
pretty sure once
So can I put a
Foundry
card in
worked,
there? Is like
put
what are
card.
the size of it? It's like what I have to put in the bag, or it has to be in
Right,
the bag.
now you're pushing it.
The
Like
card.
it's a magic bag of holding, so it'll like
I mean,
open up.
no, no,
And there's
no, no, no,
stuff
no.
in it.
I would
Could it what?
assume it could.
He's asking, can you fit a cart in the bag of
Holding.
Uh, so the way it works, there's a Let me just get the bag of holding so you can read it because you
Not,
can't do.
Oh, that'd be so cool. I just
mean,
pull out like,
technically,
weapons.
if you go on Reddit, there's some crazy shit with their bag of holding, and
Yeah.
Carl's not wrong. He's not
So, like,
wrong.
could I like engulf the enemy with the bag of holding, and he's just dead?
I mean, you only got like 10 minutes in there before
So
you
you can
die.
hold anything up to
I use the with
So
no
the bag is 2 feet in diameter. So anything, and it's 4 feet deep. So anything that surpasses those two things, it wouldn't hold. It could hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. So the bag weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents. And then you can hold anything in it, including a person. A person
Yeah.
or any other creature will survive for 1 minute, or else they'll suffocate. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So could you
And
technically
like
put an enemy inside the bag and they couldn't
yeah,
get
he
out?
would die.
It would die in the bag, yeah.
Bro,
Or
would
you
how
trash-
bro,
have it
we have
out.
a
You would-
one shot KO.
You would trash all your stuff in the bag, but hey, you'd kill him.
I mean,
Mhm.
if you have a bag of devouring, that's another shit right there.
Can I put Strahd in the bag?
What
You
the
need some
fuck?
hide shit.
Bruh.
Keep
I
dreaming,
mean,
die.
kid.
you can die.
Keep
You can
fucking
certainly
You can
dreaming.
attempt
definitely die.
Could I put Strahd in the bag? And if he's in the bag, he would die, correct, right?
I mean, theoretically, yes. In reality, he would probably cut you in half before you ever got near him to put a bag on him.
That's
But
what I'm
yeah,
saying. Don't you
like
fast enough?
Yeah, man,
you
just
could
restrain
theoretically put,
yourself.
yeah, right. You could theoretically put him in the bag. I highly doubt he'd let you.
All right. So I have another question, right? So like
Like, hey,
creative
Strahd, wanna
way.
see a cool trick?
I can make you disappear.
What was
So
I
can
gonna
I.
ask?
You
So let's say like Tilgrim and like the thieves or whatever the assassins are coming after her, right? I could just like drop her in the bag, say we don't see her, and like pull her out before 1 minute and stuff.
Correct. Yes.
I don't
Bro.
think we can do that.
Yeah.
What?
I would. I also wouldn't suggest that because a bag of holding looks like a bag of holding. right? So if
Yeah,
somebody saw that you had a bag of holding and you magically don't remember what happened to your partner, I'm pretty sure they would just sit there in front of you for over a minute, just asking you about it, waiting for that person to die in the bag, and then say, "Oh, okay." And then once you left, that person would be dead. I'm telling you that, like, I'm
Like they'll just
literally,
talk you down for
yeah,
15 minutes.
I'm literally just telling you that so you don't do anything crazy like that. That's why I told you that.
Weird.
I can't
Because
get
they,
in this bag of
because a
holding.
bag of holding is very specific looking. It has a face on it. Like you can't hide the way a bag of holding looks.
Does it
Yeah,
talk?
Can you hide? Can you
it's
hide the
an
bag
entity.
itself?
Yeah, so it talks,
Yeah,
right?
you can
Hell yeah.
put it
Bro, I have
somewhere.
like,
Yeah.
and like the guy said it's old, so that means he must have wisdom. Hell yeah, I could ask him as like my personal guide for Barovia. Yeah, it could work.
What?
Could it?
No, the
What?
bag's not. The bag's not
What?
sentient.
What are you
Bag.
talking about?
Yeah,
The
it's not a
bag is
sentient
not
bag.
sentient. What in the world?
It just has a face on it. It's made to look like it eats things, so it has a face.
So
It's
it
made
can't
to
like
be
talk.
like the bag of devouring has the opposite face. It has an angry face.
Yeah.
It can't talk, man.
Like you know the mirror shield in Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
besides that.
It
Yeah.
does. It doesn't start talking or something.
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, some items. So the items in this you have to attune to talk. The reason for that is again, I told you last campaign. I kind of just like having attunement be voice. Also, there's not many items in. There's super rare. And part of attunement, I feel like, should be you and that entity kind of coming to grips with each other's power.
Mm.
So I just kept that in. But yeah, attuning is again the only time you're going to talk to an item is if it needs to be attuned.
How long would 500 ravens take? Because I have 143 so far.
I honestly couldn't tell you that.
Oh man.
What?
I just need
Man,
31.
I
just
was really eyeing that bag of holding, and then you said
Yeah,
something.
I felt that if I didn't take it, Lucian would have took it.
I don't.
Well,
I just want a crossbow, man.
I mean, honestly, it's
Hey,
it's
if I
just
get the
it's
money
a bag
first,
of
I'll ask.
holding.
Bro, like, yeah, I want to contribute to my charity or donate to my charity for bag of holding. Like, it's like for the better good of the party. You know, like just donate your ravens and stuff. We
Yeah,
could
no.
never worry about them again.
Ah, well, I guess I left my wallet at home. Suddenly disappears in front of you.
I can't wait until
I'm just saying, if I get 500 ravens first, I'm gonna ask to buy it.
Bro, I had him waiting for me. Like, it's reserved, bro.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll
he,
see
he
about
doesn't
that.
have a single. He doesn't have a single dragon from you on that bag. I'm just saying.
Oh, I was gonna
He has
ask that. I
100.
was gonna ask
He
him
has
to just give him
100.
the dragons.
No, he gave Sotero the 100 dragons.
We're not
100.
Ravens.
we're not doing layaway stuff. I told Guy that too. Like just
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna put this. I don't want to keep track of that. Like I don't care about that. Just pay it when you can.
Okay.
Yo, man, if I get the money first, I'm gonna try to
Bro,
buy it.
bro,
That's the
chill,
truth,
chill.
bro. 100%. Ain't not a
Also,
chance
I
that
forgot
if
to mention. Wait, can I mention it now about the dwarf mystery, or that has to be end session? Because they would only know if I told them in session.
what, huh?
I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean?
Something about the dwarf, and like when we were talking, and I asked like something
I mean, you
weapon.
could have just said that right after. I don't know why.
Yeah,
You did.
I forgot.
Yeah, that's not gonna help me now.
And I was gonna ask if I could just tell like them, or would I have to tell them in session?
I mean, you could just tell us now, then tell our characters when the session starts.
Oh, okay. So the dwarf, right? She's like, if you bring her the materials, she'll make the weapons, but it'll take some time.
Fuck, hold on.
Hey, whoa,
who's that?
whoa!
That is my
Profanity.
brother who decides to walk in while the stream is still going. Give me a sec.
Like,
Yo, man, I hope
Lucian, like
I
if
hope
you
that wasn't on whatchamacallit, Twitch.
Twitch.
But
Yeah,
canceled.
what? It's on Twitch. It is on Twitch. But yeah, Lucian. So, or Isaiah. So like, if you want your daggers, you could just bring them like steel or metal, and she could probably make it.
So a quick question: how would because
Oh,
I can learn new
so she
spells.
could
That's
she
the
could
thing.
handle like smithing.
Yeah, she just says you have to give her the materials.
Oh, perfect. I thought I could like work with her to make bullet castings. That's cool.
Castings?
Yo, Guy, can you stop like adding things to your character and not telling me you added them? Because you're making your character sheet like confusing. Like you added 35 movement when you already had 35 movement,
Oh.
so it plus your
Oh.
movement to 70, and that's
Oh. I
kind
thought. I thought represent how much movie you have left. Oh, my bad.
nah, bro. Everything's calculated into the character sheet.
Oh, okay. It says 0. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I
Foundry.
No, the zero's like literally just how much edit movement you have. You don't have any.
Oh, okay.
Okay, again, I removed 3 items from my inventory because you said that the weight was gonna encumbered me.
I'm sorry. You did who the what, sir?
Oh, so remember like when we were talking about my weight and like foundry
Okay.
and stuff, and you said like since I have all my spell slots used, that's gonna like I'll be encumbered.
Nope, don't remember saying that.
Well,
What do spell slots have
something
to
I
do
had
with
too much weight on me, right? So I sold 2 things. So I have 2 open weight slots.
Oh, we're talking
Oh,
wait. Yeah, you're confusing me.
oh yeah, you told me I need to remove 4 slots because I only have 4 to begin with, plus I need strength. Okay, cool. Okay, never mind, I understand. So we're not like to put it in perspective, based on the character sheet, you told me that those slots were just for show and I only had 4 slots for inventory.
Still not sure what we're talking about.
Okay, so if you look at my character sheet, right, you see that there's like 2, 4, 6, there's 8 slots filled, right? You told me that I only have 4 inventory slots on the character sheet. And since I went over 4, I'd be encumbered.
Oh, okay, we're talking about the yeah.
Yeah, but the foundry gives me like over 4 slots, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't like.
It's weight. You're at 60 pounds basically, so you're
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say I sold some minutes
wait.
just to remove that.
So this is encumbered. What's this? I forgot which. Let me look up weight real quick of the original system because I don't
Yes.
remember.
Do,
It's like
do,
system
do,
lifting carrying. So
loading and cool.
if you're carrying 5 times your strength score, you're encumbered and dragging something over 30. Okay, so okay. So yeah, you're just slowed right now because you're at 60 pounds. So you would walk and move at normal, but it's just kind of a warning. When you get past that, I think this looks like about 100 pounds, your movement speed would be decreased.
Yeah.
it's 5 times your strength score?
I believe that's what it said. Let me
Yeah,
see.
5 times
Yep,
your
five
strength
times your
score.
strength score. Yeah, and then you're encumbered.
So 17
So
times
we're not using the foundry thing, right?
I mean that's just the 5e ruling. So Foundry
Foundry.
automatically uses it.
Yeah, because on foundry, if I look at my inventory, I'm nowhere near my weight thing.
Yeah, you are. You're 60 pounds for
It gave me my
150.
maximum 150.
Yeah, you're more than
Oh,
you're 60
Yeah.
pounds
So
to
isn't my
150. You're
150 my
definitely
maximum?
close to it. If you add 30 more pounds, you won't be able to walk normal anymore. So you're definitely
Huh. I'm pretty
close.
good.
It's pretty close. It
what?
gives you more space, but I was gonna make it so it was gonna be the same, but now it's fine. I'll just use this. But yeah, it gives you space based on your strength. So I think Vimic could
That was
carry like 255 pounds.
Ah!
So Vimic could carry a bunch of stuff. So Vimic's
Yep.
nowhere near,
Whoa.
Big man
What was
Vimic.
Vimic's strength score?
right? Because it's based on strength.
What
I
was
don't
Vimic's
have bad
strength
holding.
score?
Vimic's strong as hell.
What was the
The
strength
strength score
score?
is big. It's big.
What's your strength? 17.
Yeah, it is 17. So I can carry 85.
I
I'm
don't know what that
rocking
means.
150, so
I
Times
got
5,
120
right?
from what I remember.
It's times 5. What's your guys' strength
five
scores?
to
It's
the
your strength
score, not the
score. No,
modifier.
not the modifier, the score. So like the
The
number you
score,
got
yeah.
Yeah.
Big
times
number.
5.
I know that. 17 times 5 is 85.
Yo, what?
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, he's right.
Not gonna lie.
Where's the
Then that
foundry?
means that yeah, it's multiplied by 15. That's why.
Yeah, it's
15.
Cause I'm
15.
pretty
All right,
sure
I'm
it's
like,
15.
okay,
get
because
mine
It's
y'all
right.
going crazy.
15 because like
Like
it's like
200.
I got
What?
Yeah, it's
No,
I
that's
got
15.
15.
confused.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
got
Yeah.
15.
you were
Like, yo,
yeah.
y'all were driving me crazy. Like,
You
what?
were you were listening to encumbrance and thinking weight carrying. If you were carrying 5 times more than your strength score, you're encumbered, which means your speed drops to 10 feet.
5 times more than your strength score. Okay.
I'm confused even more. So
So you
So
can
past that,
carry. So you have a capacity of 15 times whatever, right? You're
Yeah.
encumbered if you're carrying 5 times that. So you have 255, I believe that's 15, right? Let me do this real quick. 17 times 15 is 255. Yeah. But if you're carrying 85, you're encumbered. It doesn't mean you can't carry. You could carry
Okay.
up to
Okay.
255, but every point passed is encumbrance ranking. So there's 3 ranks. So right now Sotero is encumbered. There's another rank that is what the hell is this called? It's just encumbrance. The second one is when you are up to your maximum carrying capacity, you are heavily encumbered, which means your speed drops by 20 feet and you have disadvantage on all ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws that use strength, dexterity, or charisma.
Charisma?
So everything.
What?
Yeah.
Because paladins, anything that's an attack. So paladins and warlocks.
Wait, they attack with charisma? Oh my god.
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
that's their
Oh,
main stat. That's the main
Yeah.
stat.
well,
Most
only,
most
only,
paladins attack with charisma though.
Yeah.
no, that basically that's only strength. The hexblade only attacks charisma.
I'm, yeah, but I'm pretty sure most paladins change to charisma to attack. Or
And
at
I
least
guess I can just look up
play
the,
it.
the weight of items.
Nah, I mean using this, it does it for you. You just
Yeah.
add the item.
I was
It tells
creating the
you.
item.
Yeah, or you just create the item and put it in.
So in Foundry,
I
it's a
kind of
lot easier. That's
did
why in
that.
terms like this campaign, we just used the slot system.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just a system you don't have to think about
Put that shit in.
unless you get crazy. Anyway, let me get back to doing this.
Crap, undo that right now.
I mean,
There we go.
I guess I can make all this accessible to you now.
Oh, we're on Foundry now.
I don't really have anything that's weighty.
I'm working.
I mean, the heaviest thing might be the short sword, and that's about it.
Wait, what? They're short
I mean,
swords?
I don't know if you added your inventory. No, you didn't add your inventory. I was gonna say
My
Ooh.
2 glass bottles.
you. I was gonna
I
say
mean,
you.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, you might as well just build your thingy. As far as not having anything, yeah, that's
Are you logged in?
yeah. I'm always logged in.
Oh, I even know.
Like
You
I'm
were ready?
legitimately
I'm
like
always ready.
oh yeah. I'm like always. It's painstaking, but it's fun working on this. It's like soothing, so I just work on it all the time. You can't see what I'm working on, but you could still play around with the front part,
Golden rings.
and then you could start updating your stuff, and
Mhm.
I can see your characters, so I can actually.
Kill you,
Oh,
do some shit.
nah, I mean, I'd like to use this thing because it's easier. Like I could set up things that are cooler. On the downside, it takes a lot to set up from the players, but once it's set up, you don't actually have to ever do it again. So
Oh yeah, I was confused on how to increase
that's
my level.
I'm gonna
yeah.
end the
So
stream and be right back.
yeah, go for broke. So your level.
So, for everyone watching, that is going to be the end of this stream. Uh, we had a good run. We did a lot of stuff. None of it was primarily fighting, but it's gonna be pretty difficult to enter much combat with a level 3 team. We're not very cohesive, so I'm glad we were able to get through this without much of a scuffle. Uh, hopefully we don't run into one, because right now we're pretty banged up still from our encounter around that point. So let's look for somebody to raid. Let's go for broke, trying to raid for somebody. Kiri is live right up. I accidentally clicked it. Don't do that, please. Alright. So we are going to raid Curious Udai. Give me a sec. My brain is having a lot of issues trying to contemplate things. Curious Udai. Pretty sure it's me a sec. 'Cause I'm still trying to get the. I'm not sure if the raid command is like case sensitive, so I try to just do it anyways. Okay. That's why I spelled it wrong. Hold on. I spelled it wrong and turned into an idiot. There we go. So we're gonna go raid Curious You Die. He's a cool streamer. What is he currently do? He's playing Valorant. So you're gonna see a lot of stuff happen. I personally like his Valorant streams a lot. I feel like he's really good at the game. I know he streams Valorant, he streams Genshin Impact, and he also streams Minecraft on the occasion. So let's go over, give him a big ol' raid, and we're gonna see what he's up to. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all come Monday. Might do a surprise stream on Friday, since I'm thinking I might stream Uno with some friends or might play a different game. Honestly, I'm thinking about playing a game that I loved a lot as a child, and that was Charlie Murder. For anyone who remembers that game, we all had the same childhood going on from there. But I will see each and every one of you come Monday, or if I decide to go through with the stream on Friday, we are going to be doing Charlie Murder. I will see each and every one of you later. Goodbye.
Thank you. Love you. Where are they at? Phantom Dragon with the raid, dude. Welcome on in, bro. Thanks so much, guys. Phantom Dragon. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But seriously, I'm feeling like I'm going to lose my... Ah! God, I was reading chat.
Planted. Last player standing.
Wall's the best part of kit. Pew pew. Pew pew. Yeah, this is not turning out well. So when you're the only duelist,
Who are you? Copy of me?
you know it's going to be a shit game.
Where did you come from?
And the problem is I'm a flanking duelist. I'm not like an in-your-face duelist. This is not good. This is really not good.
Hey, Mr. J or Alex?
Can I do this and still get away with it next round?
Why is my name being mentioned?
An entry
Oh,
duelist.
we were
Because-
talking about like who
you
adds
want to
stuff.
be like a
How dare you
regular
state my name?
or